isn't here today. Let's have a great day, everyone. Did you hit the snooze button or fall in the toilet? Zenkai 9 yum, 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 Zenkai 9 yum. Performance issues.
Chat. 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 If you think I'm not having a morning meeting with Cameron after this stream, if you think I'm not talking to that man,
Skill tissues.
There's no skill tissues in this house unless you're talking about Cameron Guy. Holy smokes. Cameron, music. Lower it, you sick.
Sleepy Goose.
I am sleepy. I've been I had such a bad sleep yesterday. Hold on, there's a few problems. I apologize for being late. You guys already spammed late in the chat. I'll say good morning to all of you guys. But before I do that, can we just get a real quick shout out to Celine Winternight? Absolute stallion with the resubscription. We love to have you here. Let's go. We love it. 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 Huge shout out. Thank you so much for the sub for the 5 months. Absolute greatness happening in the chat right out of the gate. Chat, for some reason, I don't think it's happening right now. Let me just test it. Okay, it's not happening right now. For some reason, my mouse would not register clicks every once in a while. And then it would just... Look, I don't want to give shade to Kevin, because Kevin's right here. He's looking beautiful. But whoever made Kevin, a certain company I won't name,
Poor excuses.
Listen, it's not a poor excuse. Listen, the company, you figure it out. This, like, I'm in golden handcuffs with this piece of hardware, okay? Because I love them so much for ergonomics and for, like...
Need a new mouse.
But it's so good for editing and stuff. It's so good, dude. It's like, there's no question. There's no question. And yet, I hate it so much. Yeah, last night I went to sleep around like 1 a.m. and then I got up early to set up for the stream with Cameron. And so the mouse went, and then Cameron and me couldn't figure out how to get on YouTube, because we're multi-streaming on YouTube.
Very Kevin.
Which, shout out to everyone watching on twitter.com/zenkaigoose/live, whatever the URL is. And then shout out to everyone watching multi-streamed on YouTube. On YouTube, when I went live, it had the old thumbnail from the Black Myth Wukong live stream that we did. And there's no feature in YouTube to take out the thumbnail. So I was like, okay, take out the thumbnail and then just like play the stream as is. And you just can't do it. So I had to make a thumbnail last second, really quick for the stream. But then the mouse wasn't working. So I got hit with a double whammy, a caboose, if you will. A caboose, if you will. Real quick, let's just. I didn't even make a post on Instagram. Son of a goose. Before we do that, the most important thing to do is welcome all the most beautiful goose-tastic individuals in the chat. Chat, we've been killing it this week, okay? Straight up. Main channel's back on, like, we're pushing on the main channel. Second channel's on fire.
After the stream.
Chat, if you guys cut me off one more time, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna put so much coarse dirt in your eyes. Do it again, I dare you. Let me just get this coffee. You all know I have a goldfish brain. When you cut me off, I forget what I was talking about. I literally forget what I was saying. What was I saying? It'll come to me. Oh yeah, we're welcoming everybody.
Ready for the dirt.
Why do I have to do the Goose Morning lives whenever I'm like exhausted? Goose, you could have done it at like 12 o'clock. Could have did it at like, later in the day. No, you did it in the morning. That's how we're going to do. Real quick, let's get a real quick shout out. We got Mr. Daniel, a lemon in the chat. Thanks, Cameron, for starting the stream, even though Goose was late. Technically, Cameron was the one that messed it up, but okay. Toodle indeed. Shout out to Mr. Danny Lemon. I hate whenever it's like this. In the Twitch chat. There we go. Okay, hold on. I don't want to mess it up. Shout out Domino. Wriggle. XV1. Afternoon over there. Good afternoon to you, sir. And or madam. Shout out to Wizard, of course, the emo champion of the world. By the way, Wizard has a bunch of emotes that are still on the Discord that I haven't transferred over. That I'm going to be doing this week. So there's going to be even more Goose emotes available to you. So that's a huge shout out to Wizard for making those incredible emotes. What is absolute stallion? Let's hear it out for Wizard. Okay? Goose Morning live stream without Wizard is like, what is it like? It's basically a bad stream. You need it. There's essentials to the Goose Morning live stream. Okay?
I just checked the stream before going to bed because I have school tomorrow.
I love how you tell us that every week, Curve. We appreciate it, and honestly, we should ask you, Curve, you've now become an honorary... Hold on. Curve, before you leave. Okay? Before you leave. It's important. Curve, tell us what the weather is like there, okay? Give us our weather report to start the stream. Hook us up, Curve. Coming in, Curve, with the weather report. What's the weather like over there, Curve?
The weather here is windy.
And that's our segment. The weather there is windy. Where exactly, we don't know. But I want you all to know, it's windy there. It's the Philippines, right, Curve? Beautiful. We absolutely love it. Over here, it's cold. We love our, the Philippines. We love our weather segment. Thank you, Curve, Weatherman Curve. We appreciate you. Absolutely goose-tastic individual. Now back to the show. That's gonna be an official segment for the show forever. Okay, we absolutely love it, and we don't love Cameron, but we love Kevin. We absolutely love Kevin, and by we, I mean everyone. All right, where was I? Just Rustling in the chat, looking absolutely goose-tastic and amazing. Dario555 calling me out, saying I'm late. Absolutely beautiful. We love to have you here. Celine Winter Knight, the hydration champion of the world, still going strong. Did you hit that snooze button? You guys are absolutely ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. We got Ann Mine in the chat, looking beautiful, goose-tastic. We love to have it. Just Rustling. I'm going to mention you again. Maybe because Goldfish, maybe because I'm awesome. How about that? We got the Bogster, Samju Bogner in the chat, rocking and rolling. We love to see it. We love to see it. Holy smokes, we're on fire today. We got Benjamin freaking Wheelie in the chat. Holy smokes, we're on fire today. Daniel Rubin with a hi, Dad. I told you to go to bed. What are you doing up? Okay? What are you doing up? You wake up when I tell you to wake up. You hear me? That's how this works. Mitchie South in the chat, looking absolutely beautiful, goose-tastic. Morning, Goose. Looking forward to his content. Looking forward to the content this year. Would you ever consider doing a live react or review of another smaller YouTube channel? Think you could give some great insights and critique? Just an idea. That's a fantastic idea. Honestly, I couldn't have scripted it any better because we're going to be doing that today. There's a couple videos I found from smaller YouTubers. We're going to be shouting them out. We're going to go through the content. They have incredible content. I think we should look at it. I think we should do it. And yeah, maybe it's because the gaming news this week is not as much as you would think. Maybe. But I think might as well support some smaller creators while we're at it, right? Because the YouTube game is difficult. Cameron, is this not part of your job description? Huh? The chat's just going to say, I do nothing. But this is your job. I'm being framed. I'm being framed. How does this work, Cameron? How does this work? I hate you. Also, your music. Put it back to my thing, Cameron. God, why is he the way he is? First time chatter, Jersey Boy 64. You goose-tastic little individual. We love to have you. Jersey Boy 64 says, just found you out on YouTube this week. Thought I'd come over here and check out the stream. Holy smokes. Jersey Boy, you talking about the second channel or the main channel? Zenkai Goose TV or Zenkai Goose? Dude, we're on fire. Both channels are killing it. Absolutely killing it. We just hit 196,000 subscribers on the main channel and 2 million views on What Happened to the 9th Generation. Is that not insane? Is that not insane? Let me just show you really quick. Can we get some Zenkai claps for the absolute growth the channel's getting on? Cameron, swap us over. Thank you, Cameron. You useless pile of garbage. Chat, we hit 2 million on What Happened to the 9th Generation. Absolutely goose-tastic. And like I said, the second channel is on fire. It's on fire. It's absolutely on fire. I need a haircut. Another one. I think I'm going short hair. You know? You love the Wukong thumbnail? Hey, I love doing that stream with you guys. I think we're going to do more of those things. So, I bought because of you guys, okay? Because you guys are literally the goose-tastic individuals. Here's the thing, real quick. Here's the thing, okay? Relax. I'm going to tell you what the thing is. Here's the thing. Here it is. Just wait for it. It's going to be worth it. I love playing games, okay? There it is. I love it. However, if I listen to the industry's advice to play games, I'd be playing Dragon Age the Veilguard. Okay? There's nothing wrong with Dragon Age the Veilguard. There's a few things wrong with it. However, I would much rather play what the people say. That is you guys. And when you guys give suggestions, I get to play games that I would have never thought were as good as they actually were. Case in point, Black Myth Wukong. I went into that going, there's no way this is better than Astrobot. Sorry. There's no way this is better than Astrobot. I need to hydrate. I was like, Astrobot's incredible. It's amazing. You guys were like, no. You gotta try Black Myth Wukong. And so we tried it. And guess what? I mean, you're gonna have to see that video. I posted that video on the second channel, but what a roller coaster of emotions that was. What a roller coaster of emotions. So we're gonna be doing that again. In fact, I bought Beam NG Drive because of you guys. You guys voted it as like one of the most improved. Let's stop the music. Let's get comfortable, okay? Yeah, I bought Beam NG Drive, which is a racing game that has an incredible physics system because of you guys. So we're gonna also play that at some point. I think that's gonna be absolutely goose-tastic and incredible, and I'm pretty hyped to play more of these games. I did announce one thing. Speaking of housekeeping, Cameron, bring us back. Okay, that text-to-speech is just there, but it just didn't say anything. Perfect. Cameron, I'm going to file that under just you're ruining everything that is today. You're a problem. Can we just get a couple of boos in the chat for Cameron? Because quite frankly, I need it out. I'd feel a lot better if we all just booed Cameron. He's doing a horrible job.
Cameron is my here, and why I am here.
No. First off, he's banned. That individual right there, that's a banned man, okay? That's a banned man walking. Okay, and I'm going to put him up on a stake so you all know you cannot give him love, okay? This is a lesson. This is an absolute lesson. Also, first time chat coming from Great
Boo,
Green
shame,
Man.
Shame. Insert cowbell sound.
True. Shout out to Great Green Man. Came here from the Black Myth YouTube video too. Absolutely insane. We love to have it. By the way, this Friday we're going to be playing Simpsons Hit and Run. We're going to try to beat that game. Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll post on my socials and, of course, the Discord, which, speaking of the Discord...
Real issue. How many Levis pieces do you own?
I own a lot of
Levis. As a fellow Levis enthusiast, I challenge you. I
own a lot of Levis. I own at least 3 Levis jeans that are working right now. I had to throw out the rest of them because they all got holes in it. I have a Levis jacket. I have... Dang, I think actually that's it. I don't get Levis tees. I don't get Levis... Yeah, these are rookie numbers. Honestly, now I'm embarrassed. Chad, I'm embarrassed. You put me on the spot and I'm embarrassed. Real quick, for those of you who are new to the stream, okay, it's your first stream, that's okay. Look, that's okay. First off, the first thing you need to know is Cameron's garbage, and Kevin, the Christmas mouse, is beautiful. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going on Goose Morning Live. We talk about the biggest gaming news of the week, and then at the end of the stream, we play everyone's favorite game on Twitch. Guess that game, and this Guess That Game is going to be special because in 2025, I've decided I will gift out a Zenkai Goose Twitch subscription to the winner of every Guess That Game. And if they're already subscribed, I will gift it to an anonymous person. You see that, chat? Every week, I'm gifting 1 sub to one of you beautiful goose-tastic individuals. Now, as far as the gaming news, you can see we have our own private Discord right here. There it is. Zenkai Goose. It is completely private. The only way you can get into the Discord is one of 2 ways. Okay? There's 2 ways to get into this wonderful Discord in which we have all the gaming news that we'll cover. We post in our mega thread. Number 1, you can subscribe and you'll get instant access. If you're a Twitch subscriber, then you'll get a little badge like this. You see Show Pony right here has a little gold Twitch subscriber. He's a goose-tastic individual, so he just gets right in. He just gets to waltz right in. The second way, we have 10 free slots each and every stream available to you. I'm posting that in the Discord right now. Boom. You see how we're well-oiled machine. Pinned in the Discord. Pinned in the Twitch chat. There it is. It is pinned. So if you'd like to join the Discord, I only put 10 free slots every stream. That way, if you can't afford it, you're good. We got you. Any hooser. Cameron, bring us back. Bring us back. That's pinned. Okay. Oh, yeah, we forgot. We got to do an Instagram thing. just do a quick one of these. Chat, we get to, look, you get to see the sauce. It's under the sauce. Right? Go like this, okay? And chat, smile for me. I probably look tired. There you go. Why don't I just reuse the same picture? That's what I should do. That's what I should do. Chat, you already mentioned we're going to be talking about... New
watchers be warned, Kevin is awful, and why he was late today.
No.
Cameron is number 1.
No. No. I said no. And when I say no, it means no. Like I mentioned, there isn't that much gaming news this week, so I wanted to watch a couple videos that were posted in Discord, some by myself and some by others, and I thought that would be a really fun way to start the stream.
What's up with boxes?
What's up with boxes? Now hold on a second. What's up with boxes? I need to... What's up with boxes? Hold on. Hold on. What's up with boxes? Boxes, you say? Oh, the box is behind me. Oh, it's Christmas stuff. I have all my Christmas stuff I'm trying to put away. And then, literally, here's the other thing. You see all the games back there? That's the Guess That Game stuff. And so, gaming news. That's the Guess That Game stuff. Because I try to find the best games for us to go through. 10 best games every single week to guess. And do you guys go through the game so good? You guys are actually so much better at Guess That Game than I could ever imagine. So like this week I went super hard. It's going to be a tough week. Impossible a billion times edition this week. There's a lot of pressure.
Asterisk thinks of joke and proceeds to fumble around soundboard for minute to present 5-second joke.
Cameron, can we get a ban in the chat? Can we get a ban in the chat? Also, delete all his posts and every record of everything he's ever said. First time chatter, okay? Arrow Macris with a what's that? Oh, the God, that could be an emote right there. We don't want that. Wake up, Goose. What's up to you? Goose morning to you, Aromacus. Chris. Yeah, they're basically all games and stuff behind. And also, I was trying to set up some stuff for some new main channel stuff. I play every stuff. I see you are streaming on YouTube as well. Nice. Are you only reacting to comments here on YouTube as well? Love to watch your YouTube, rather. I am only reacting to stuff on Twitch right now. At the end of the day, it's just Cameron and me doing this stuff, so I need to set that stuff. Like, I need to set up some stuff so that I can focus on making great content. I think it's better on me making great streams than focus on interacting with all the chat. Not to say it won't happen in the future. I will try to merge that, but there's only so much I can do every single week. So I try to do individual updates every single week because at the same time I'm working on the main channel, second channel, the live stream, the shorts, and yeah. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and so it will happen eventually. We're gonna see. Also, the YouTube live streaming for some reason is yeah. I need to make it better. I still don't know, because right there we just played the Death Note thing that is like, you know, it's a goof. YouTube probably just flagged that and said, actually, let me check. YouTube probably just said, brother, here's the thing, brother. We're going to put your stream down for that. Okay? They got to relax over there. So I'm testing to see how that stuff works. Okay? I'm not going to get too integrated. So let's start with our first news of the week, shall we? Let's start this show the right way, the best way, the goose-tastic way, with the news soundtrack. Shoobity bop doo. Like I said, there's a lot of different interesting discussions here on this week's news. This news, Assassin's Creed Hex. Oh yeah, you did post that. Exclusive new details on Assassin's Creed Hex. I'm gonna pin that aside for now, because for whatever reason, I just can't feign any interest in Assassin's Creed. So I'm gonna leave that one for last. There are some tiny little news pieces. I know we got some Twitter stuff here posted by Benny Wheely. There's some Sony stuff. Sony promises it hasn't abandoned famous franchises from this past. Interesting. But let's quickly. So before we hit this, I wanted to watch. I have a couple of streams here from some smaller creators, and I thought it would be fun to watch one of those. We did that. We did that last week, and it ended up being really fun. However, it was on a Colt Eastwood video, and that went on for a while, so we're not going to do that again. But I think this would be fun. So this one I thought was interesting, and it's how, pardon me, it's how Nintendo won the console wars. So hold on.
Let's face it.
Hold your mother goosing mouths, okay? Hold them. Do 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 do. Cameron, why are you the way that you are? Oh, we got Storm of Spades in here? Holy smoke. Shout out to Storm of Spades. Shout out, you little rascal. Deadshot in the chat as well. We're a full house today. We are a full house today. So this is how Nintendo won the console wars. Let's find out.
There's competition in absolutely everything. We wouldn't have most of the things we do today if it weren't for competition and comparisons. That's the reasons why we have such wonderful fast food chains like Zaxby's. Competition is what strives us to be better.
We don't have a Zaxby's here in Canada.
If we never had it, we would have become complacent and never strived to become the best versions of ourselves. The console wars is one of the most well-known examples of fierce competition. A little history lesson if you may or may not know, Nintendo back in the 80s single-handedly saved the video game market from total collapse. Everyone was on their way out until Nintendo introduced the iconic Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES for short. It was packaged with...
Dude, the NES was such an amazing... What an amazing gift of a console. I'll never forget, my grandma had an NES on top of her old tube TV. It was like this, okay? And it was just, it rested on top. And the main games it had were Mario, of course. It had Duck Hunt, which like myself and my cousins absolutely loved. I have no idea how my grandma even got an NES. She had no idea about video games. She was never into video games. I had no idea. But every week we'd go visit my grandma, and that just happened to be there. And it was amazing. Also, there was this game, the circus game. I think it was called Circus Club Charlie or something like that. The music was like burned into my head. I could never beat the second level because I was a casual. And just the NES was just like, to me, the NES was the epitome of what a console is. You put in a cartridge, it plays instantly. The controls are simple. The games all run the same. It's just easy to go. And I love that about that. That's what makes it such a special console. And that's why it's right up in there. Yeah. You can't see it, but it's right in the top left corner. It's a beautiful Goose-tastic console. Absolutely love it.
With a small indie game, you might have heard of it, called Super Mario Bros., and it absolutely exploded and revitalized the gaming market.
Amazing
Without
game.
Nintendo, gaming as a whole might have just stayed a dumb fad for kids in the 80s. But thanks to Nintendo, gaming was reshaped into what we know today. For the better half of the 80s, Nintendo had an absolute stranglehold on the market, and I mean, how could they not? The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Metroid, these guys had it all, and everyone wanted a piece of that Nintendo pie. Enter Sega, who was also in the gaming market, but due to...
I don't know about you guys, but I never got into Sega. I never did. It for whatever reason, Sega was like the neighbor's console. You know what I mean? Like everybody had a Nintendo or Super Nintendo, and then your neighbor had a Genesis. I don't want to say we live in a simulation, but that's basically how it worked. It was always the neighbor. And you go over to the neighbor, and they had Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, and they had Mortal Kombat, and everybody also had that Jurassic Park game. Okay, they had those three games and it was awesome. Someone had an X-Men game, and it was awesome. But you never played those games. You're like, I should get a Genesis. You're like, I'll just be really nice to my neighbor.
Nintendo's absolute dominance over the market, they had to innovate. Mario was just too popular, but not only in Japan, the entire world as a whole. They needed something new. Alex Kidd just wasn't gonna cut it. They needed someone that could rival Mario and sell their much new powerful 16-bit console, the Sega Genesis. Coming Naoto Oshima, Hirokazu Yasuhara, and Yuji Naka.
I'm actually trying to think of like what he's talking about. Like Mario, what did they do besides that?
These three developers would
like
go
specifically, I know obviously Zelda, Metroid, and Mario, but like the way he's hinting at the next game, I'm curious what he's talking about.
To create Sega's all-new Too Cool mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog. This guy was fast, he was cool. Mario was a nice guy who followed the rules. Sonic was the guy in detention all the time because he was simply always causing mischief.
Here's a hot take. Sonic the Hedgehog, great music, great character design, great color palette of levels. It's a bad game. It's a bad game, dude. Like, it's like very hard to play. You run fast, you immediately get hit, your rings go everywhere, but like everything about the game is like well done. It's just the gameplay is not fun. And I'm tired of everybody saying they're good. Listen, Super Mario is a great game. Like, the gameplay is good. Everything about the game is good. Sonic the Hedgehog is like a gimmick. Okay? It's not a skill issue. It's a fact. Okay? I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is awesome to play, but it's not a fun gameplay experience. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna do my spin dash. We're all gonna get to the casino level where there's water, and then we're never gonna get past that because like the water level sucks. It's impossible to figure out where I'm going. Everybody just loved the color palette of the first level and what Sonic looks like and the sounds. But that's why we went to our neighbor's house and we never owned the game. Okay, that's why.
Was the birth of the console wars. Sonic released to critical acclaim and spawned an entire generation of degenerates on the internet. When you think of what pop culture was like in the 90s, Sonic was there. He was everywhere.
Yo, dude, this show was actually incredible. There's something about 90s anime animation. What is it about the 90s animation style that looks infinitely better than whatever we have today? Like, even a Sonic show looks cooler. Like, just this looks cooler than 90% of the animation we have today. 90s animation look like when you go back and you look at old school like animes. Like, I just recently watched Princess Mononoke. Like, bro, it just looks amazing. No CGI, dude. It just looks good. I understand it's difficult, but I'd love to get back to this stuff. Man.
Blistering speeds and snarky attitude was a perfect foil to who Mario was and a perfect representation of what cool looked like in the 90s. This made Sega the first real contender for Nintendo's throne.
This is what I'm saying. I've never seen this level a day in my life. And it's not a skill issue, chat. Okay? I just never seen it a day in my life. I've never made it that far.
On the gaming market. The Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were battling it out for who could come out on top. The graphics were relatively similar, both supporting 16-bit graphics and the like, but the real draw were the games. Sega back in the 90s had a strong lineup of games to battle Nintendo. They were focused on a more adult audience, while the Big N would cater to mostly younger kids and families. Games like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, Golden Axe, Phantasy Star, they would go on to directly oppose the juggernauts that were Super Mario World, Super Metroid, the list goes on and on.
I'll be honest, this is how I felt when I was young, when I got to play the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. I know the video has just gone right down to the Super Nintendo era. For me, it was like, they both had great games. In my opinion, Super Nintendo's games were like vastly superior. For me personally, for the type of games I liked. I mean, Mario Kart, Super Mario Brothers, A Link to the Past. There's so many great games on the Super Nintendo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Absolutely goose-tastic games. But one of the biggest problems I had with the Genesis is when you use the Genesis controller or even the Genesis console, they look cheap. They feel cheap. It feels like cheap plastic. When you hold the Super Nintendo controller, it feels like better quality. Same thing with the actual device. There's still plastic on plastic, but for whatever reason, the Genesis just didn't feel as comfortable. Like the controller's like weird. And obviously the Super Nintendo controller aged the best because that is the controller style that like became super popular going forward. Shoulder buttons, D-pad, 2 buttons. The 3-button setup on the Genesis, right? Because isn't it A, B, C? It just was more awkward and it felt cheaper for me personally.
Results, I think they speak for themselves. Worldwide, Nintendo was still the king, but in the United States, people were pretty torn on what was the best, as both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis sold pretty equally, with the Super Nintendo barely beating.
I believe this, but I swear to God, like everyone I knew had a Super Nintendo except for our neighbors. I don't know why it had to be this way, but it was always a neighbor. Always. Everybody I know just had a Super Nintendo. Weird. It's crazy. I didn't know it was that close. That's wild to me.
Beating it out by about 2 million units. The console wars were mainly a Western thing anyway, but it's clear that there was real competition here, and the choices of the people really mattered. Although Sega did drop out of the console market eventually due to very poor decisions made later on, that doesn't mean the wars stopped there. Once PlayStation and Xbox joined in, discussion became a lot more nuanced. The reason I talk about this, to go this deep into the console wars of yestermillennium, is to paint a picture for you, to illustrate what real competition looks like. The console wars, especially in the United
That is like the most important thing. Chat, I miss real competition. Am I the only one who thinks that like the gaming consoles of today stopped competing with each other? I'm very curious to see where he goes with this video, given the fact that, in my opinion, Nintendo has just kind of like went into their own segment of the market and has become like they're just Nintendo, right? No one's touching them. They're doing their own thing, right? Microsoft is just like, who knows what they're doing, right? They're all over the place thinking they have a strategy, but I feel like internally they're just losing their minds. Sony's just like, well, no one's competing with us, so we're just making a console super expensive. We're making, our own games, but like we're just going to do us. Like everybody's just doing them and no one's really competing. It's such a strange time in the video game industry. Like the Super Nintendo to Genesis days, 100%. The GameCube, Xbox, PS2 era, dude, competition was through the roof. PlayStation 1 and 64 era, competition was beautiful. Dude, the 360, PS3, and Wii era, whoo! To me, that was competition at its peak, and we ate like kings. Now it's like, whoo, it's rough.
United States and North America as a whole was a very real thing. Of course, it's not super serious in retrospect, as it never really is, but you had to make a major decision on which console was worth getting over the other. Most games you couldn't get on the other console. That generation was defined by the games the consoles were loaded onto.
Yep.
The console wars of today are a very different story. Mainly it's been the Xbox and the PlayStation that's been feuding all this time, and probably the longest out of any gaming generation. Sega had dropped out of the console race, so Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft were all that were left in the early 2000s, and even to this day, they still stand tall as the only 3 console manufacturers that really matter. Sure, the other consoles came in and tried to throw their hat into the ring. They wanted to try and take a piece of that.
Bro, remember the Ouya? Remember the Ouya? It was like this little cube running Android with like one of the worst looking controllers. And I think their whole thing was just like, what if we just put Android on TV? There was only one game I could remember that became popular from the Ouya generation, if you want to call it a generation. That was Towerfall. I know Towerfall got super popular. But, man, I wish the Ouya did something, honestly. Because, like, I personally think we need more than 3 consoles. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to close the light. It's so bright. There we go. Yeah, I wish the Ouya did something because personally I feel like 4 consoles would be nice to have more competition. I'd love to see other people push the boundaries to kind of like wake up Microsoft and Sony and even Nintendo to some extent to actually compete at a higher level. Because Nintendo's doing great stuff, but personally I think that like their reliance on a weaker system, while it does work clearly, I look at games like Tears of the Kingdom barely running. Like when you play Tears of the Kingdom, it just looks like it's like 1 second away from just exploding. It's an incredible feat for the system. But when I look at that, I'm just like, I really wish you gave that game all the horsepower it needed to be more than what it is. It deserves it. So I wish there was a little bit more intense competition on that front.
Gaming pie is gaming is the biggest medium of entertainment today, so I mean, who wouldn't? The only
Yeah,
company
there it
being
is.
mildly successful in this endeavor was Facebook with the Quest series of VR headsets, but until the day everyone goes VR only, which will probably never happen, let's be honest, they'll never really have a stake in the gaming landscape. And Google, we don't talk about Google. Regardless, ever since
How did Google mess that up? The Stadia? Legit? Coming to the consoles with the cloud setup that they had, where you could just pick up from any place and just play immediately. How in God's name did they go, you know what people are going to do? They're going to not only use our service and buy our console to play cloud and have our Google controller, our Stadia controller. They're going to pay for all that, but they're actually going to pay full price for cloud games. Why would it not be a subscription? The fact that Stadia didn't release as a full-on subscription right out the gate, I was so, like, I'll be honest, when Stadia was announced, it was headed by Phil Harrison, who was, like, behind the Xbox One stuff for a bit, and also he was behind the PS3 stuff. Like, basically everything bad that happened in the hardware space of the video game industry, Phil Harrison was behind it. So as soon as he was behind it, I was just like, yo, this ain't gonna work out. But man, Stadia had a shot. I personally think, it's a hot take, I think Stadia had an incredible shot at the subscription market, and I was so surprised. They were like, no, you're gonna pay, $69.99, $79.99 Canadian, whatever, for Destiny 2 on the Stadia. Bro, who's playing Destiny 2 on cloud? You nasty.
Since the early 2000s, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft were the companies to look towards when a new console was released, and fans have been up in arms on the internet ever since about which console was the best. To take a look at today's landscape of the quote-unquote console wars is quite pathetic. Let's take a look. Nintendo has usually been on the ball when it comes to releasing consoles, as they're usually ahead of the generation for a while until PlayStation and Xbox released their new consoles within a week of each other. At least when it came to the last two generations anyway. In the current generation of consoles, Nintendo released the Switch on March 3rd, 2017, which is over 3.5 years ahead of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. This console was mostly released this early as the Wii U was just killing the company. They were constantly losing money, so they needed something quick, and the Switch was the answer. This 3+ year gap actually gave them
I don't know if it was something quick, to be honest, because you can very much see the blueprint of like the Wii U to the Switch. In my opinion, the Wii U actually failed for two cases. Number one, that may be one of the worst names to ever exist. Okay? Because here's the thing, when you go from like Wii to Wii U, what you're signifying to a consumer is that this isn't a new console, this is a half step. This is a Wii U. It is a Wii, and then you threw a U on it. Okay, so number one, that's what they presented to the audience. So if you owned a Wii, why would you get a Wii U? Because most people who owned a Wii were the casual market. I mean, that's why that thing freaking flew off the shelves like hotcakes, okay? So that's number one. And so they're not going to upgrade now because of the way you named it. Number two, forcing the controller to be a tablet. Like the tablet two-screen experience where you had to constantly go back and forth. There's some games that really did it well, but overall, it was just a gimmick that didn't really add anything. Whereas when you played games with the Wiimote on the Wii, there was a lot of games that added a lot to that. I mean, dude, I still think about, to this day, Wii Tennis. I wish Nintendo would make Wii Tennis HD. Just sell me Switch Tennis. If you came out, Nintendo, with Switch Tennis for $79.99, I legit might buy it. Because it's that good. It's just so much fun to play with another person. And so the Wii U having both those things, I think, caused such a problem. The fact that the console looked exactly like the Wii, but in black. Like, it just looked like they didn't try as hard. Now, clearly they did, but it wasn't the right answer. I think naming it the Super Wii would have been better. I wouldn't have focused on the tablet thing, but regardless, we can see how they go from Wii U to the Switch. They love this idea of having a console that could do both. And if we look at Nintendo's successes, a lot of their successes come from their handheld. So marrying the two, because we also saw that the 3DS, while big, we could see that the influence of the 3DS was waning. Okay? It did do well, but nowhere close to the DS. So over here, we have like the DS exploding, and then the 3DS doing good, but not as well, so it's going down. And then we have the Wii U exploding, and then, the Wii exploding, and then the Wii U just bombing. And so Nintendo's choice to go like, let's take the best of both worlds, now we have the technology to do that, I think is a really great idea, and I don't think this was as last second as you think. Is my audio out of sync? Wait, is my audio actually out of sync, chat? Yes, no? Maybe? So? It looks good on my end. Okay. Dude, you scared me. Dude, you scared me there. Okay. Holy smokes. Let's get back to it.
A prime opportunity to release games for their new console and to garner sales quicker than the PlayStation and the Xbox. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Xenoblade 2, ARMS, all massive first-party releases only in the first year of the Switch's life cycle.
Whoa. No one's talking about ARMS as a massive first-party release. Roll out. Dude, you just got stretchy arms, you punch each other. Let's keep it at bay. The rest, sure. Come on.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the most influential video games ever created. The amount of freedom and exploration was never seen in a game to this scale before, and it all came out on inferior hardware. So many other games.
You know what's interesting about Breath of the Wild, and I apologize for pausing so frequently here, but the freedom aspect that he's talking about, Link to the like, to me, Breath of the Wild is like Link to the Past in 3D. Like, that's what it feels like. Because Link to the Past was incredibly free. And I find this so interesting that there's so many games now in the modern era that are starting to explode that are just modern interpretations of the original. So, of course, we have Breath of the Wild with Link to the Past. We have Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal exploding. And they're just straight up just like Doom, but just modern interpretations, right? Grand Theft Auto has pretty much been the same type of game, just better every single game and more and bigger. But it's the same core game. And then you have games like, the Halo games, which are amazing, beautiful pieces of art, and I love them. 1,000 kisses to them. But then you have the idea that they went down more of a chasing trend direction, and it didn't work as well. I just find that really interesting, how the games that have focused on what makes great games, like I look at Counter-Strike, same thing. It's just constantly grown year over year, and it's pretty much the same game, just more modern. It's wonderful. I love that, and I hope we get more of that in the future.
Studios are desperately trying to recreate the legacy that this game has. Super Mario Odyssey taking the much beloved structure of Mario 64 and bringing it into the modern age, creating a lovely game that rewards exploration and movement. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you're willing to look beyond the strangely hypersexualized character designs and horrible tutorials, this game offers an incredibly in-depth story about finding hope in a dying world, an amazing world with even better characters, a combat system that rewards you the further you master it. The list just goes on and on. This game is an absolute favorite of mine, so I have a natural bias towards it. And those were just the games that Nintendo made/published within the first year. Those aren't even counting ports or remasters of mostly Wii U titles, since pretty much no one bought them on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Pokken Tournament. While the launch of the Switch itself was a tad lackluster, by the end of the Switch's first year, there was a ton of new games to play. When the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5...
This is another hot take. I personally don't think there was a ton of games to play. Sure, from a pure mathematical quantity perspective, the Switch had a ton of games. The reason the Switch banged is because of the gimmick. Number one, was so intuitive. Okay, you just pop it in, pop it out. That's number one. Number two, Nintendo literally was firing on all cylinders. Every single game that they released had been a banger. Okay, it doesn't matter that there was like X amount of games. Mario Kart 8 brought from the Wii U to the Switch. dominant. Okay. Breath of the Wild brought from the Wii U to the Switch, dominant. Mario Odyssey, dominant. Like, just those three right off the gate. You're so ahead. You're so ahead. Of course, then we get Smash. Like, basically everything that people love Nintendo for, they brought over and made better versions. I think most of their franchises have peaked on their interpretation on the Switch. Not all of them, but most. And you don't really need a billion games. In fact, I would say most third parties, like, no one's really buying the games on Switch. It's just Nintendo makes fantastic games. And without Nintendo, their console, I don't think would do as well. They've been killing it. I mean, Mario Kart 8, I think, has sold like 60 million copies. Absolutely insane.
5 came out, this was quite the different story. Xbox released with their brand new flagship title, Halo Infinite, and PlayStation with Spider-Man Miles Morales. There were, of course, other games that released in that time, but those were the games people were buying the console for, the real sellers. Same thing with the Switch. No one really cared about any other game at launch besides Breath of the Wild. The entire selling point of these two consoles was specifically their power, the Series X being labeled as the most powerful console in the world, and the PS5 pretty much having the same exact specs as the Series X, both being priced at $500 respectively, but Xbox also offered the Series S, which lacks some features but comes at the price of $300. Both consoles offering staggering quality in their titles, extremely beautiful and realistic graphics that run at 120 FPS, and the big
Is that not the biggest lie, chat? The 4K, 8K, 120 frames per second. Brother, 90% of you are barely even getting past 1080 these days. Okay? Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay? 90% of you are barely making it to not only 1080p, but 60 frames. Okay? Biggest lie is auto updates? 1000%. But then, it's the whole graphical capability of these consoles. They should have never focused on power. They should have focused on stability and performance. Again, we talked about the start of this video, the NES. You pop in the cartridge, they all just work, and they work the same. Now, when you play a game on these new consoles, like, it's just a guess at how well it's going to run. Every game runs completely different. Every game functions completely different. Every game may have 2,000 billion updates or not. Like, it's not a fun experience as it used to be. That's just a fact. And I think Switch is the only thing that's holding on to that old style. You put in the cart and it just works. And I think that is the beauty of the Switch, to be honest. It just works.
draw being the ray tracing technology, a lighting system that renders light in real time and has more realistic ways of seeing said light, usually at the cost of frames per second, but you can activate ray tracing and have the game look better. Another major selling point on PlayStation's part was the haptic feedback on their controllers. Using this tech allowed for even better immersion in the game, and this feature is really cool. On the triggers, if the game implements haptics, they can simulate what you're doing in the game to fully immerse you in the world. For Spider-Man, it was the swinging, having some tug and pull to the triggers to make you feel like Spider-Man. For other games like shooters, the gun will be simulated in the controller to make you feel like you're actually killing someone. Good stuff. Whoa, dude. All of these things were built in mind as a selling point for the console. New stuff not found in the previous generation to make you buy the brand new product, which in my opinion raises an issue that's not entirely the company's fault. I'm gonna fast forward quite a bit to today, 2024. This is what really sells me that Nintendo has won the console wars, with the competition not even being close. For games of yesteryear,
to be honest, like, I'm very curious to see what he says, but I agree. And again, it comes down to the fact that Nintendo understands the point of a console. In my opinion, Sony is the second place for a reason, because they're the closest to understanding what the point of a console, which is the simplicity. Plug, play, go. Microsoft, it makes complete sense to me with that context why they are in dead last, and while they'll continue to be in dead last. And this is coming from an Xbox stan. I love the Xbox ecosystem. I love the Xbox consoles. But post Xbox One, Microsoft has no idea what makes a console. And the other two understand it. And I would also say Nintendo and Sony have complete respect for the people who put $500, $400 down for their console. They understand you gave me that amount of money. That is a lot of money. I'm going to make sure that you have the best experience. I don't really care about the PC players. I'll double dip on them later. This specifically PlayStation. But these guys focus on, you gave me money, you are the most important, not this avenue of getting more money. That's Microsoft's goal. Like, how can I put my stuff everywhere to get the most amount of money while not caring about their core customers? Because if you bought an Xbox Series X, brother, they don't care. You bought an Xbox Series S, brother, you got scammed. As a person who bought one, it is just not a good system. You buy one game on it, it's like you took up half your hard drive. Like, I don't understand the goal with the Xbox Series S other than, like, how can we get more sales so that we can easily compete with the other console manufacturers? The other two focused on the player, the consumer, and they put them first. Microsoft did not, and I think it really shows.
The reason you were to buy a console was the games you would find on it. This is where a lot of the issues lie in today's landscape for gaming, as the entire selling point of previous consoles were so you can be able to get games on that console that you can't get anywhere else. Games like Crash Bandicoot, Halo, God of War, those were define their console, as there was no way you could play a game like God of War on the Nintendo Wii, so you were forced to buy the PlayStation. Your console can be as powerful as it wants to be. It could be the most powerful console of all time and have all of these amazing features, but if there's nothing to play on it, there's no real reason to purchase said console, and this is why I think Nintendo is absolutely killing the competition. Currently, it feels like PlayStation and Xbox are at war with one another all the time to try and make their console better as quickly as they can.
Completely disagree. Sony, I don't think, cares whatsoever about Microsoft. Microsoft's just blowing up every single... I personally wouldn't care about Microsoft. Why would you care about Microsoft? Like, you have better exclusives, unfortunately. Like, Microsoft has great franchises, but their exclusives, they haven't had anything great, really, since the Xbox One, besides maybe the Forza Horizon series, which, that doesn't appeal to everybody. And Sony is just banger after banger. I mean, just look at all the Game of the Year winners. Sony's like half of their catalog is just in that list. Microsoft doesn't have one. I don't understand why. I don't understand what Microsoft's whole logic is, but there's no way I can imagine Sony really cares that much about Microsoft. They're probably every week they're going in meetings being like, you believe what these little rascals did this week? They're making our lives so easy. They're going to put Indiana Jones on our system, brother. Oh, man.
Shove in as many amazing features as possible to see who can sell more units. But let's just face it, these consoles are the exact same as one another, almost identical specs. The only major difference between the two is that PlayStation has a few more games than Xbox. So many games are being made by so many developers, and naturally, they want to be seen by the biggest audience possible, so of course they're going to release their next big title on as many platforms as they can. But it creates a dilemma. Going back to Sega, they're releasing a remaster of Sonic Generations featuring new content revolving around Shadow the Hedgehog.
Fantastic
This
game.
is going to be released on every modern platform known to man. What do I buy it on is the main question. I have a Nintendo Switch, I have a PlayStation, and an Xbox, so what's the point? The majority of these games I can buy are on every other console, including PC, so owning these consoles just doesn't feel justified considering how much I paid for them. I bought my PlayStation back when they were still figuring out how to ship them properly without scalpers buying them up. I bought a large bundle at GameStop with the PS5 and loved the fact that I finally had one. This was huge for me. But as time went on, there was less and less incentive to play, which caused me to eventually sell it. Every game I was interested in at the time, I could just buy on a good PC or on the Switch.
True.
There was nothing really keeping me here on these consoles other than my Apex Legends save file, which now has cross progression. There were games I played on both Xbox and PlayStation that I couldn't get anywhere else, but to me, they just kind of felt more of the same. Which is another point I wish to make on PlayStation side specifically. Their exclusives kinda suck. As a total package,
That's a hot take, dude. That's a hot take. I understand the complaint that Sony has the same type of exclusives, albeit like a cinematic type of game that's third person. But to say they suck is wild. To say they suck is wild. Uncharted 4, incredible. Spider-Man 2, an incredible game, horrible campaign. Like story. Sony first party sucks? That is a wild statement. Like, the quality they put out is incredible. God of War Ragnarok, incredible quality. Like, if you like those third-person cinematic games, I think there's no better option than going to Sony, Rockstar. Where else would you get those cinematic third-person games? Those are the spots. Ratchet and Clank is incredible. That's an incredible game. Astrobot, incredible platformer. Nobody's even doing platformers these days. Absolutely incredible. I think that's a crazy hot take. However, this video was posted before Astrobot released, but incredible games. I think they make incredible games. I think they don't appeal to everybody, but I wouldn't say they suck. I think that's incredibly harsh.
Most of PlayStation's true exclusives are sequels to games I had already played, my biggest example being God of War Ragnarok. God of War on the PS4 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love the combat, the music, and the story was just, oh, it's so good.
So good.
This game was it for me, and it was the reason I got into Norse mythology as a whole.
So
when
good.
God of War Ragnarok released, I was beyond disappointed. Okay, I was excited only then to be majorly disappointed at the lack of innovation the game provided. I'm not looking for...
He's right. He's absolutely right. I haven't beaten Ragnarok for that reason. I can see the quality. Everything about it is pristine. It could not hold my attention. I wouldn't say it necessarily needs to innovate. To me, Ragnarok's problem was it was too easy with too much talking. No challenge, at least in the first few hours. I felt no challenge whatsoever. Too simple. Just throw me in. In fact, when we played Black Myth Wukong, this was what I loved about Black Myth, and I say so in the video. Black Myth just throws you in. Black Myth throws you in as basically a god at the start. I mean, you are effectively a god, and you just go, and it looks awesome, and it's crazy. And then you get to start. And then they just slowly introduce new things as you play. But they don't hold your hand. They just like, go, enjoy the game. Go lose, go have fun, and figure it out. And don't worry, as you progress, we're going to throw you more. But for what we have for you right now, you have the bare minimum essentials you need to enjoy this game and figure it out. We're not going to throw too much. Modern games these days, and the Ragnarok is like fits in this camp a little, but mostly the Ubisoft games, first hour is like, okay, we're going to throw a cutscene at you. You're going to have to figure out all this exposition that you need to do. Okay, now we're going to do an in-game cutscene, and we're gonna show you this character and what his goals are, what he needs to do, and like everything, and this backstory, and you got to know all this stuff. Okay, now it's tutorial time. You're going to walk behind this NPC at the most ridiculously slow speeds ever known to man, and you're going to do something that you're barely ever going to do in the full game, like pickpocketing. No one pickpockets, no one cares, but we're going to teach you how to pickpocket. It's super important to this game, and the backstory of the character, which you probably don't even care about, okay? I'm talking to you, Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm talking to you. You're disgusting, game. I hated the start of that game. I'll never beat it. It's just, it didn't even, I'm not even touching on the menus they throw at you at the start of the game. Do you want performance? Do you want quality? Do you want subtitles? Do you want accessibility on? Well, what do you want? I don't know what type of game you want. Here's all the options. The antithesis of a console. The antithesis of a console. Ragnarok did not have that many problems, but Ragnarok did basically say like, hey, you know, what if I just told you the answer during the first second of you trying to do this puzzle? Why is my Logitech mouse dying? Kevin, hold it together. Kevin, you guys seen this? Look at this thing. Oh, Kevin, you sweet, sweet, beautiful individual. Please don't force me to murder you.
A total reinvention of the franchise every time a new game gets released, but this, for Ragnarok's case, felt very lackluster in a lot of departments, the most damning being the gameplay. It was just more of the same. The exact same weapons with slightly altered moves, Atreus felt like a rushed, watered-down version of Kratos, and the story was very good, don't get me wrong, but it didn't feel like a new game. It just felt like a DLC continuation of the original, not a $70 experience. That is a lot of money. That is almost an entire day's work.
First off, Jersey Boy 64 with the sub. An absolute beautiful goose-tastic individual. We love to have you, chat. Let's get some Zenkai claps in the chat. Absolutely beautiful goose-tastic. We love the support. Second off, I agree to what he's saying. But I don't think you need that much innovation in your games. Games have reached this apex point where they're effectively just fun. I think what I discussed earlier about Ragnarok is the reason Ragnarok wasn't as fun. Because the opening of Ragnarok is strong. But then it gets to the let you play the game aspect, and then it gets boring. That's the problem. And not only that, but the story isn't as riveting. I think there's going to be a huge innovation in story, or a huge push in story, because I think, for the most part, video games suck at telling stories. Like, I think, like, Red Dead 2 is probably the best story, but even still, like, the story is, because there's so much game at you, it's hard to follow. But a great story will keep you going when the gameplay lets you down. And so, I think they have the gameplay. They just need to trust the user some more. And I think you're going to have a lot of innovation in that space, because you look at, there's two types of games. You can either have an incredible story that'll carry you through the game, right? The gameplay doesn't really need to matter. You can have an incredible game with just pure gameplay, and that can carry you through the whole entire game. And you can have both, and then you have a fantastic experience there, okay? So it's like experience versus gameplay, story versus gameplay. Elden Ring, yeah, there's lore, but for the most part, it's just pure amazing gameplay. Vampire Survivors, pure amazing gameplay. Then you have story. Like Red Dead Redemption, I wouldn't say is the best playing game. It's an incredibly immersive game, but that story is just so much fun. Those characters are so much fun, and that can push you through to the other side. And when you have a marriage of both, I think you have a really fantastic, like, system seller, like, incredible. Like, Uncharted 2, amazing gameplay and amazing story. I love Uncharted 2. Mass Effect 2, amazing gameplay. That thing where you get, like, the biotic warp and you can, like, flick it around the cover with an amazing story. Absolutely amazing. But I think video game stories is a huge weakness right now in the industry. And I think that the game developer in the AAA space, in North America mostly, doesn't think people are smart enough to figure it out. I think that's a huge problem. And I think that's Ragnarok's biggest problem. Ghost is another fantastic example. Gameplay, incredible. Story, absolutely incredible. That's why Ghost is probably in my top 5 of all time. Like, Ghost is freaking phenomenal. That, Ghost of Yote, your boy's ready.
Work for somebody. Ragnarok made Kratos one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, but that doesn't warrant the price tag, nor do the fancier graphics. Graphics are never a selling point to me. It's the overall package is what makes the experience. The story should complement the gameplay, not the other way around, and I feel that's what PlayStation is failing to realize. The stories on their exclusives are amazing. Spider-Man, God of War, The Last of Us. These games' stories are amazing, and while the gameplay is a bit lackluster, it's the stories that carry you through the experience, the itch to know what happens next. But
exactly.
It becomes a little stale when you use this strategy more times than you should. I don't think games like God of War or Spider-Man have terribly bad gameplay per se, but I don't think it's where it should be by any means, especially when your asking price is higher than the original game. I, as the consumer, expect a better and more polished experience, but with these games as sequels, that's just not what I got. Okay, I haven't played Spider-Man 2 as I sold my PS5 before that game came out, but I did watch my friend play it, so I don't have too much to say without...
Spider-Man 2 is another example. Spider-Man 2, the gameplay is S. The story is C, if not D. Spider-Man 1, the gameplay is A. The story is S. That Spider-Man 1's a better game. Like, bar none. Spider-Man 1 is an amazing game. But if Spider-Man 1 had the gameplay of Spider-Man 2, brother, that's an S+ tier game if I ever saw one. Holy smoke-a-rollies. That's a thing people say.
Actually playing the game, so I'll hold my tongue on that for now. Now compare this to Nintendo's titles. Yep, that's right, I'm whipping out the bootlicker in me. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Tears of the Kingdom, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, those are the worst examples I can ever use. This game sucks to all end, but it surprisingly helps out the argument. Just hear me out. Okay. Each new major Nintendo release has something new to offer. Even with its sequels, the only exception I can really think of is Splatoon, since it's more about the online focus, Overwatch 1 versus Overwatch 2 kind of thing. Even the sequels, I swear, Tears of the Kingdom is the most recent example of
Let 'em
this.
cook.
Starting out as DLC for Breath of the Wild, it was so massive they turned it into an entirely new game. This game is Nintendo's most ambitious, and even though it's a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, the core gameplay has changed drastically, featuring nothing but
Just look at that, man. Nintendo, with the Switch 2, please. Please. I'm telling you, I know that you're making worse hardware as a competitive advantage against the other console manufacturers. I know. That's your move. It's worked well for you. But I'm telling you, if you even just get a smidge underneath the Series X and the PlayStation 5, it doesn't have to be all the way, you will destroy them. It's not even close. Okay? Because if I got to play Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom at the same fidelity as like any of Sony's titles or Xbox's titles, it's not even close. If I get to play Mario Odyssey at the same fidelity of Astrobot as much as I love Astrobot, brother, it's over. It's over. Do the right thing, Nintendo. Do the right thing.
new abilities and ways to enjoy the game. It's amazing. Was it worth $70? No, but no game really is. Super Mario Wonder is another great example of this. The game could have just been another 2D Mario, as it would have sold like crazy due to the Mario name alone, but instead it goes above and beyond to create a unique and memorable experience, completely separate from the last. Even within its own game, each level is completely different from one another and offers something fun and unique within every level. The Wonder Seeds only enhance this notion even further, as it completely changes the entire level, offering new objectives within the same exact stage. I'm going to go back and use Xenoblade as an
I'm going to disagree with the Mario stuff. Mario Wonder, incredibly looking game, but if you like, it's a side scroller. It's a side scroller. Chat, I'm completely the opposite. I love looking at Mario Wonder. Playing it bores the heck out of me. I own it. I bought it day and date. It came out the same day as Spider-Man 2. I bought it with Spider-Man 2 when I made the I Play Every Spider-Man video. It just doesn't hold my attention. It's just not as fun as I want it to be. And maybe it's because the starting levels aren't, like, again, not challenging, but it doesn't hold. It's just boring. It's so simple. But it looks gorgeous. They killed it. So I would disagree in his video there, because I think if you dock God of War Ragnarok for not having innovative gameplay, I think Super Mario Wonder, like the Wonder Seeds aren't innovative gameplay. They just changed the level up into crazy funky things. Like they added Elephant Man and Bubbles. But it's a Mario game. Well, we got to be kind of fair here. Right? Also, Show Pony in the house, looking beautiful and goose-tastic. We love to have you, Show Pony, you beautiful little rascal.
Another example on how Nintendo continues to innovate their games despite being direct sequels. Each Xenoblade game has a similar yet different gameplay style to one another. Xenoblade 3 is the ultimate combination of the gameplay styles, being a total combination of 1 and 2 styles. These games, just like PlayStation, have an exceptional focus on story and its characters, but at the same time, it never takes away from the core gameplay experience. Sure, Xenoblade 3's emotional climax is a 30-minute long cutscene, but by that point in the game, the length is warranted. Wow. The gameplay is engaging and makes you think and strategize on how to defeat your enemies. Each game has the same relative action style, but in the end, the gameplay always takes focus. It also comes in a way where both the gameplay and the story complement each other perfectly, feeding into one another, creating an amazing sense of connection and immersion within the game. Take Shulk's visions in Xenoblade 1. They're used to further the plot and are focused on getting Shulk and his crew from one place to another, but at the same time in battles, you can actually receive visions of an incoming attack from an enemy. This creates great strategy opportunities within the gameplay that further enhance the story.
None of this looks appealing to me, to be honest.
I can confidently say that not only has a great story, but also great gameplay is Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I am assuming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But even then, that one single game is not worth the $500 price tag of this hunk of plastic and parts. On that note again, Final Fantasy VII Remake is readily available on Steam, so what point is there to own this console if their game is going to land on PC 2 to 3 years later? This goes to...
That's a fantastic point, and this is something, chat, like you all know I've been saying this for a while now, but you have to take the consoles and the PC space to the limit. You have to say, the third-party example he brought up earlier was Sonic, right? It's a perfect example. You want to play Sonic. It's available on PC, Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series. Where do you buy it? That question needs to be solved at the console level to guarantee it's always yours. And right now, you go PC if you want the highest fidelity. You go Switch if you want it to play portably, right? And now PC's starting to do that with the Steam Deck stuff. So that's starting to go away, right? So Nintendo for portability. You go PlayStation 5 if you want integration with the social features there and that controller. That's what you do. That's really the only thing for PlayStation 5. And the same thing with Xbox. You want that social features, your friends list and stuff. Now, Sonic is not a multiplayer game, so that stuff is eliminated. So then you look at that and you go, well, what are the true comparison points between the Xbox and PlayStation 5? Well, it really comes down to your preference of controller, which I think a lot of people say, like for me, when I want to play a fighting game, I'll get it on the PlayStation 5. Otherwise, the PC if I want to play it with you guys, but it'll be on PlayStation 5 for that PlayStation 5 controller for fighting games. Multiplayer is always the Xbox controller. And Sony exclusives, because they're exclusive, I go on the PlayStation controller. So that's the thing that these consoles need to figure out. They need to make it so like when a game like Sonic the Hedgehog comes out, Sonic Generations comes out on every single device, why am I choosing yours? And I think Nintendo has the biggest advantage with the portability aspect just baked in directly. And so it's no shocker to me that that's really good. But you do take a hit on graphics. So I think that's the thing that these consoles should solve, not more power. Because again, if you try to compete on the power aspect, the PC will just always win. And if someone really cares about the best power, like I've said time and time again, that person will eventually migrate to the PC. It's not worth pursuing that person. It's not worth pursuing. What these people should be doing, these console manufacturers, they should go to every person's living room. They should see what the person does in the living room. What's everything they do. And they should try to make the best living room experience with that console. Plug, play, it just works. Does everything that person needs in the living room. And I think you might get some really surprising things that the console can start doing to differentiate itself from the PC. Because right now, these consoles are copying the PC strategy and they're losing. It is slowly migrating over. I don't even know necessarily if I'd say slowly anymore. Like, I feel like it's just going over to PC. And I don't think it has to. I just think the consoles are losing their identity of what makes them so special. Nintendo's the only one really left. It's just an interesting thing to think about.
The same for Spider-Man and God of War and The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn and Ratchet & Clank. My biggest point here is that there is none to own a PlayStation 5 if you don't care for these games.
100%.
This is why I think Nintendo is dominating the competition, because you can't get these gaming experiences anywhere else on any console.
100%.
Nintendo doesn't need to make the most powerful console because they know what the people are really here for, which are the games. The only Xbox game that I like where I can't get anywhere else is Sonic Unleashed. That game came out 16 years ago. It doesn't warrant the price of the console. Same with PlayStation. If you like that their sequels are more of the same game, more power to you. But for me, it's going to take a lot more to justify that $500 barrier to entry.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It just isn't worth it to me. True exclusives are what make consoles what they are. They define the generation they're in, and I think this generation of gaming is one of the most lackluster in history. The only company that really understands what gaming is all about is Nintendo to me. I can get my Nintendo games on my
totally
Switch
agree.
and quite literally everything
Totally
else
agree.
on PC through legitimate means. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looks absolutely amazing, but I'm not going to lay down $100,000 for a single game I'll play once and never go back to for a few years. The
100%.
PS5 upgrade of Final Fantasy VII Remake came to PC just 2 years after the original game came out, so I think I can wait. It's not like I can't buy the original anywhere else. For all the Xbox fans out there, if you've noticed that I haven't talked much about Xbox, it's for very good reasoning.
Let's
This
hear
is
it.
because the PC is literally just the Xbox, but better. Every game that could be an
Facts.
Xbox exclusive is usually on PC the same exact day. Game Pass would be a great incentive to own an Xbox if I couldn't get it on PC. But of course, that's not the case. At the end of the day, however, the console wars don't even exist anymore and should stay dead. If you're happy with the selection of PlayStation games on PS5, that's awesome. Good for you. Are you happy with your budget PC marketed as an Xbox? That's also great. The console wars are really only kept alive through sweaty weirdos on Twitter who can't accept that not everything has to be a competition. I can guarantee you I'm going to get a ton of comments from people calling me a Nintendo bootlicker when all I've done.
To be fair, I wouldn't call you a bootlicker. It's an incredible video. You've done incredible work. You do have a bias towards Nintendo. If we're being fair, you have a bias because, again, Super Mario Wonder, I don't think has that much innovation beyond it looks pretty. Versus, you know, like Ragnarok, I think it's the same level of innovation. It has its own thing, whatever. So let's just call a spade a spade. And now my goldfish brain forgot what I was going to say before that. He brought up another point, and I already goldfished. Classic goldfish, dude.
Today is explain why I prefer my Switch over every other console, but those people can't be argued with, so there's no point. Again.
It was the competition. Yeah, the competition thing, everything should be a competition. When it comes to business, people being invested in the competition is one thing. That console war aspect of it, that is kind of a nuisance sometimes, but it makes sense. I mean, people get behind their sports teams. People get behind like Coke versus Pepsi. You know, like if someone was like, I like Pepsi, there's probably like 20 people in the chat that go, you're disgusting, you should have Coke, right? So like it just happens. Like tribalism is part of humanity, and like to assume it won't be there is just silly. However, competition should be baked into the console space, and when it is at its apex point of competition, the consoles just flourish. And I think we should want more consoles. This is why I've been saying, I feel like for the better part of the year, we need a fourth guy in the console space. Whether it's Steam, whether it's, you know, I mean, who else would it possibly be? Like a new person, you know, even it could be the Analog team. You know, they're coming out with that 3D N64. You know, maybe eventually they make a console. I think we need a new competitor who really puts these guys in an awkward position and gets them to rethink their strategy. Because right now they're all over the place. Some are doing the same thing that they've always been doing, and I think it seems incredibly clear that the gaming industry is just guessing, right? Do you guys get that sense in the gaming industry, especially with a lot of games and even the consoles? They're just guessing. Like no one's coming out with something and it's like avowed. They're guessing. I guess this will work. You know, like there's just so many occurrences of that where it's just like, I guess, let's do a cheaper version of the Xbox Series X. I guess that'll work. Let's put a PlayStation 5 Pro, AI, upscaling. That'll work, I guess. You know, like there's just so much guesses. Let's make a portable handheld through Wi-Fi. Does that work? Let's make a VR helmet. Like the gaming industry is just filled with guessing right now, and I think that is really, really bad. I think it's really bad because it's so expensive that when you guess and you fail, it's going to hit so hard, and it is no shocker to me that the gaming industry has gone through time and time again 1 billion layoffs. The guesses are too expensive, and the guesses are borderline just like there's no thought put into them. VR is hot right now. Let's make PSVR 2.
At the end of the day, this is just an opinion. That's why I'm sharing it. I have a YouTube channel. It's kind of like my whole thing. If you agree with me, that's awesome. If you disagree, let me know, because I'm genuinely baffled as to why people think these consoles could be better than the Switch. So yeah, I mean, just let me know in the comments below. I'd actually really like to hear your guys' understanding of your consoles versus mine. Trust me, I'm not that one weird like hardcore Nintendo bootlicker you've been seeing on YouTube Shorts and TikTok for a while. I'm nothing like him. I can actually hold a discussion, and now
I have no idea who that is.
Out, so just don't be afraid. I don't I don't bite. And besides, Nintendo is far from a perfect company, believe you me. True. As a fan, I am very aware of the awful practices they pull, but that's a video for another day. Otherwise, that's my piece. If you liked the video, if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit my friend like and subscribe down there. It would mean the world to me. I talk about all things Nintendo on this channel, so if that tickles your fancy, definitely make sure to take a look at my channel. channel or join my Discord server in the link below with my friend CK Matt. We actually are discussing Nintendo things over there, so if you do want to have a bigger discussion, make sure to head on over. But otherwise, my name is Dunlonic, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay fresh, everybody.
That was a fantastic video. I loved the nuanced discussion of the Nintendo stuff. I'm gonna paste the link in the chat so you guys can watch it later if you want the full thing without me. That was a full, beautiful, amazing thing, incredible conversation. I love these types of nuanced discussions. I think that like he's definitely leaning a little too hard on Nintendo. Nintendo has a lot of problems, but I think really the reason that the Nintendo console is winning is what we've effectively touched on more or less throughout the video, and it's just that console has a value prop that the other consoles don't really have, right? The value prop is either exclusives or the device, and every console has their own exclusives minus Microsoft, so it's no shocker they're losing. Regardless of how people feel, exclusives matter to a ridiculous amount. So that's number one. Number two, the device level. Sony has the controller. They have their fancy controller, but I don't think that's worth it for the $500 American or like $700 after tax Canadian over here for that console. And I understand why people aren't upgrading. Most of my friends have not upgraded to the new consoles, and I totally get why. Whereas the Switch, it's a cheaper console. The device can be played portably. It comes baked in with 2 controllers. That's a huge one. Like, multiplayer is available from day one purchase. Whatever game you get, if you buy the Mario Kart 8 edition of the Switch, you can just play with your friends, your brother, your sister, your parents. You can play right out of the gate, your cousins. That's such a huge deal. Put in perspective these other consoles. I buy an expensive Series X, pay over $500 for it Canadian. Same thing with PlayStation 5. I can't play anything with anybody unless I own it, or I have to go buy another game which is already worth like $80 Canadian, or sorry, $89.99 Canadian, which brings it over to $100 tax over here. So like, what am I doing, man? This is like, you're not caring about me, the consumer. Of course, I'm just going to stick with the PC I already have and just buy games there. Of course, of course. So I think Nintendo's winning the console war because they're offering a better product at the end of the day for the consumer. And I think the other guys are focusing on power when really that's just not how you win with the console war, in my opinion. But anyways, that was a great video. Subscribe to this guy. I posted the link in the comments. The guy killed it. Absolutely insane. And I love these discussions on Nintendo stuff and the console wars. I loved it. So, beautiful. Chat. Xbox, you can share your games with others. You can, but I just think like most people aren't doing that. Like, I always find it shocking that most people on the Xbox side are still buying the games on Steam versus the Xbox Game Pass. Like, I'm shocked. Like, you'll see in the top sellers list, like, Indiana Jones is available, like, is in the top sellers list of Steam. And it's like, you could just get the game for like $10 on Game Pass for the month and then just like play that. And then that's it. And yet it's still bought on Steam. It's crazy to me. So that shows me that like the subscription thing the value prop isn't as strong as we might think. Very interesting. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see how it goes in the future. That was a fantastic video. My goodness, chat. You think the whole Bloodborne thing is a legal thing rather than not wanting to do it? Same reason why we don't have a remake for it on PS5? Man, we need a Bloodborne. We need a Bloodborne 2, right? Everybody's asking for a remake. I want a Bloodborne 2. Let's go. Let's go. It was goose-tastic. Chat, I have to take a quick bathroom break. Like, I am ready to rock here with the bathroom break. So let's just take a quick 2-second break. Text-to-speech is on. Give me words of encouragement, but don't say anything weird.
Wash your hands this time.
I always wash my hands, okay? Fake news. Fake news. I'll be right back. Fake news. Absolutely fake individual news.
Don't fall in. Cameron, run. Remember to always shake it. And take Kevin with you.
Wait, forgot my water.
Look, Bone. Flash us.
Chat, you see how you lose privileges so fast? You see how you lose privileges so incredibly fast? You disgusting little creatures. All right. Chat, more news. Quickly, let's go through some of these. Oh, we got some new stuff here. Watch Dogs review? Why'd you post a Watch Dogs review? Deadshot, you crazy person, you. There's a PS4 emulator for PC, and I want to know what you think about it, Goose. I couldn't find anybody talking about it. PS4 emulator for PC? Okay, I'll check that out. But real quick, Sony promises to abandon the famous franchise of the past. Implicit conversions looking to PS3 emulation. Dude, did you guys see the Switch 2 reveal? Did you guys see this? The leak? Did anybody see this? Speaking of Nintendo stuff, I want to see if I can get this for you guys. Trying to find this video. It was incredible. Our first look at the Switch 2. I'm so happy I'm opening this on a separate tab. The things I've just seen. The things I've just seen. Oh man, I can't find it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold. Hold. Hold on. Hold. Chat, are we holding? Hold strong. What the heck? Switch to...
Holding.
Hold these nuts. Chat, Chat, real quick question for you while I search for this video. What's the biggest gym chain in North America? Someone text to speech it to me. What's the biggest gym chain in North America? This is a quiz. I want to see if you guys know it. What the heck? I can't find this thing. Someone text to speech it.
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fit these nuts in your mouth. Woo! Got him, dude! Got him! Let's go!
Was Bran the one that leaked it?
Got him, dude. Let's go, dude. Absolutely beautiful, Goose-tastic. Switch to leak. Where is this stupid little video? I can't find it.
Second ban of the day.
It was pretty good, though. You gotta admit. That was pretty good. Switch to rumor.
Goose about to see some other leaks on X.
Yeah, I did. When I was searching, I was like, God, why do you have to be this way? Why do you have to be this way? Dude, it's literally impossible to find. I'm searching. Switch to...
Nintendo scrubbed it.
But it... Yeah, they probably did, actually. Wait, did I just find it? Oh my God, I literally just found it. I was about to give up. I thought all hope was lost. Chat, check this out. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to blow your mind, okay? what we're looking at right here, this is the first official announcement of the Switch 2. Let's watch. All right. It's looking beautiful already. Chat. We got colors. Hall effect. No idea what that means. Where's the sound? There. Beautiful. HD Rumble 2.0. There it is. Magnetic design. It's fantastic because we hate the Joy-Con like flipping. 1080p screen. They did it. Elden Ring. They did it. Elden Ring on the Switch confirmed. This is 100% real. This is 100% real. That kickstand, incredible. Beautiful. Look at that. Also, that port, 1,000 times better than what they have. This is amazing. I love everything about this. Switch 2, gonna be the biggest console in the world. Look at this. HDMI supported. Incredible.
Gee, it sure is hot out here.
What?
My armpits are sweaty.
What?
I don't know who would ever want to smell them. Hey Mario, wanna sniff?
What?
I bet they smell so bad.
Real quick. A little bit of a curveball, but I do think that will help with sales. I do think that will help with sales. Kind of wild Nintendo is going for that market, but let's face it. Adding that as the 34th feature, it's also genius. It's genius, okay? Nintendo, 10 steps ahead of us all, okay? Nintendo Switch 2 Simp Edition. We absolutely love it. We absolutely love the Nintendo Switch 2 Simp Edition. Where do I pre-order? Oh my god. First time chat, Khaled, JDK. Let's give him one. Also, we got freaking that Turtle Hermit in the chat. We got freaking Guamanut. We got Canadian Jacob. We got a full house today. And I did a Planet Fitness joke, so that was nice. I did a Planet Fitness joke.
Hi, Goose.
Why are you the way you are, Canadian Jacob? What a rude thing to say. I'm just kidding. Hello, Canadian Jacob. Hold on, let me grab the next news. The next news. I did really quickly want to watch this video on Splinter Cell really quick, and then we'll do Guess That Game. Because, dude, I love Splinter Cell multiplayer with a passion I cannot describe. I cannot.
Whoa, you're at 47 viewers.
Holy smokes. I never look at the view count. I never look at the view count. I swear to God. By the way, just as a reminder, we're going to be gifting our sub to the winner of Guess That Game that we're going to be doing right after this segment. So look forward to that. It's going to be beautiful, goose-tastic. Honestly, we're on fire, chat! We're on fire! Also, look at the new gains I got. Hey? Look at the gains. Don't look at that. Don't look at my alfalfa.
Have you finished a Splinter Cell game?
I have. Okay, I finished Splinter Cell 3, Chaos Theory. I finished Double Agent. I finished Conviction, Mid. I finished Blacklist like 1,000 times. Blacklist on the single player level.
Do you think GTA 6 really get $3 billion in a year?
I think GTA 6. I think GTA 6 is going to do a-okay. That's my assumption. First time chatter, Kai Kevin 23 4 5 6. You little rascal.
We need proof.
Beautiful, Goose-tastic. We love to see you. We love all our first time chatters. PRH1 in the chat. You count Pog. I'm Goose Pogoli.
How many games did you finish in 2024? Did you beat me? I had 3 out of 70 LOL.
Bro, I think I actually just finished one. I think I finished Astrobot. The rest I just played. But I have a thing we're going to do on stream soon to fix that. I have something planned. Okay, chat? We're going to be, again, as a reminder, playing Simpsons Hit and Run this Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. We're going to try to beat it in one stream. We're going to try to beat Simpsons Hit and Run on stream. It's going to be goose-tastic. It's going to be great. But for right now, let's watch this video. Okay, shall we? Stop yelling at me, chat. You're yelling, and I would like it to stop. Okay, so this video is called the best multiplayer game you've never played. Let's see what this is about. It's so good, dude. It's so good, dude. I miss it so much.
This is absolutely not how this game is played at all. It's more like this. Dude, what is that?
Yeah, GG's. GG's, bro. GG's, go next.
Oh!
From where? Let's go, baby.
I didn't even hear the fucking
He's
mine.
downstairs, my building.
First off, maybe if you're a scrub. Second off, I apologize for the swearing. What's going on over here? Dude, this multiplayer is amazing. I really hope he touches on some of the cool things you can do in this multiplayer. If you don't know, this is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory's multiplayer. It's absolutely amazing. It's third-person spies versus first-person mercs. It's one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time, and it still hasn't been topped. So I cannot wait to finish this video.
Let's go.
Yep. Hey.
That works.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, arguably one of the best video games ever created. I could ramble on and on about its single player mode for hours, but instead, let's get into Spies vs. Mercs, a mode so unique that even the Mission Impossible team would be taking notes. But sadly, years ago, the official servers for Chaos Theory were shut down, leaving a gaping void in our multiplayer hearts. But here's where the story brightens up a little bit. Thanks to the dedicated modding community, it's still possible to play online. They've revamped the multiplayer to work seamlessly, adding built-in hot patches and ensuring the game runs at a steady frame rate. It's a mostly PC exclusive experience now, mostly, and it's still possible to play this through the OG modded Xbox Live. I think it's called like Insignia or something like that. I don't know. I've never tried it. And without this passionate community, enjoying Chaos Theory's multiplayer...
Chat, I played this game on the original Xbox with my friends, specifically one of my close friends. Because if I recall, it was only 2v2, maybe 3v3? Maybe? But man, I remember playing this. It was one of my first Xbox Live games. Obviously, Halo 2 was up there. But like, dude, this game was so good. And it had so much to offer. Like, from the third-person perspective you saw as the spies, you could traverse parts of the map just the same way you could in Assassin's Creed. It was the same type of thing. And then on the first-person side, you had the traditional first-person point of view. So every match, you got to experience something incredibly new. You got to play the first-person aspect, so you get like a more traditional... I wouldn't say Call of Duty. It was more like the Rainbow Six games back in the day if you played those. But like, it had that for you with an incredible dynamic lighting system to really see where all the players were. Like, the spies were black on purpose because it was hard to see them. And then so you really need to use your flashlight. It was incredible, dude. This menu just takes me back.
offering would be nothing but a distant memory. Now, me personally, I played this way back in the day on the OG Xbox, and let me tell you, I almost needed a new pair of pants because this game was the shit. Imagine a battleground where stealth meets sheer brute force. Spies with their slick moves and high-tech gadgets trying to outsmart mercs who pack enough firepower to start World War III. Picture this, all right? You're creeping through the shadows as a spy. You're being careful with every single footstep you lay to the ground, only to realize that the mercs have motion sensors and enough firepower to make Michael Bay jealous. It's like a twisted dance where one false move can turn you into fucking Swiss cheese. So whether you're lurking in the dark as a spy or going full Rambo as a merc, every match is heart-pounding, sweat-inducing, edge-of-your-seat experience. And let's not forget the thrill of outsmarting your friend or opponent with a perfectly timed ambush or narrowly escaping certain dudes.
So he's kind of not explaining the core aspect of the game. I'll kind of give you a quick rundown if you haven't heard of this game. So obviously we mentioned it's third-person spies get to play as first-person mercs. And really, it's kind of like the same way Call of Duty Search and Destroy is, or planting the bomb in Counter-Strike. It was the same thing, except from it was never just team deathmatch. It was like you had to hack a computer as the spy. So the mercs would be defending a computer. You can see here the little white square, okay? They'd be defending this thing, and the spies had to try to infiltrate the map to try to get here, hack it, and then I think that was it. Maybe they'd leave after, but I'm pretty sure they just hack it. It's hard to remember. It's been so long. But that was the core aspect. So you try to figure out as a spy to create diversions in third-person mode and stun the mercs so you could get here. You know, so you'd have smokes. You had a stun gun. That was really fun to use. And, of course, you could go behind the mercs in third person and then put them in a chokehold. And the really cool thing you can do, which I hope he touches on, is you could use proximity voice to whisper in. The exact same way that Black Ops 6 does it. The exact same way. Like, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory did it first, like 20 years earlier. And it was incredible. And then the mercs perspective, you just literally had an assault rifle, you had pistol, you had grenades. You were very, very, very strong, but that was the point. You need to be high risk, high reward, and it was fantastic. It was an incredible game of cat and mouse that I think does the exact same thing that Battle Royale does so well, telling that story, adding that tension to the multiplayer. I have no idea why they do not bring this back in the same way. They tried with Blacklist, but they sped it up and made it not... They got rid of the risk part because you move so fast. So I'm super curious to see what he says about this.
By the skin of your teeth.
How can you see something up top? I don't understand that.
Yep. Immediately gonna be stomped. I heard the feats. The badge from the...
Look at that.
Dude, Camden, I love you. Kiss me. Kiss me. There's so much to talk about in this game, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Let's go.
Oh.
Where they at, Brian?
Kevin be like, wee.
He was one of two.
First and foremost, the real magic happens when you're playing with your friends. Every single match turns into a riot of laughter, bickering, and the most unexpected and hilarious moments. Imagine the chaos of strategizing with your buddies only for someone to trip an alarm or fall into a perfectly laid trap. The blame game is real, and it's hilarious. One minute you're a stealthy shadow, and the next you're blaming your best friend for blowing your cover.
Avy, why do you gotta fuck us by opening up your big ass mouth, bro? Tell me why.
It's that perfect blend of chaos and camaraderie that makes you both love and hate your best friends in an equal measure, and that's a good thing. Playing with friends elevates the game to a whole new level. It's not just about winning, it's about the shared experience, the in-jokes, and the constant ribbing at each other. You'll have one friend who thinks they're a ninja, and another friend who's convinced they're an action hero, and someone who just likes to blow things up for fun.
Yes,
this mix of personalities creates endless entertainment for me. There's the friend who always gets caught first, usually Avy, who throws the match.
Let me take a micro nap real quick.
Yo, Avy's getting shit on.
Making him the designated decoy whenever he's on my team.
Dude, I don't know how you guys are struggling this fucking hard, bro.
What do you mean struggling? What do you mean we, Nick? It's him!
And then there's the one who...
There's so much weird stuff in this video that's like unnecessary. The boys part. I just want to hear about the game.
Is the strategic genius, which is usually me, planning the perfect ambush, because I'm clearly a god at video games. And let's not forget the thrill of those clutch moments when a well-coordinated plan comes together, and you pull off an impossible victory.
Mitchell's literally a godsend, bro.
What the heck? Bro, this feels like OG YouTube videos.
God, this game is fucking awesome. You see, the unpredictability of human players adds a layer of excitement that AI opponents...
Whoa, I didn't even know you could do that. What the heck? Dude, the movement in this game is incredible. I didn't even know you could do that.
See, the unpredictability of human players adds a layer of excitement that AI opponents simply could never match. You'll find yourselves in situations so absurd that become legendary stories to tell long after your game ends. Remember that time when Mitchell blew up both of the mercs and himself?
He went down.
Yes.
Never mind, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead.
Oh,
he's a demon.
I don't know what he just did there, but he kind of clutched it.
Good times. Whether you're plotting stealthy infiltrations or going all out in a firefight, the camaraderie and hilarity makes Spies vs. Mercs an unforgettable multiplayer experience. It's these moments of shared triumph and disaster that keep you coming back for more long after the initial thrill has faded. But let's get into the nitty-gritty details, the real shit.
Yeah. The
Rule
spy.
number 1, stick to the shadows like your ex-girlfriend sticks to your Instagram. Avoid well-lit areas. You are not a moth. Silent movement is key. Crouch walk, use cover, and avoid sprinting unless you want to get sliced and diced by a merc. Number 2, you have gadgets and tools. The sticky camera, your very own big brother in a can. Deploy these to monitor merc movements from a safe distance. You can also deploy toxic gas to knock out a merc with them. So that's a plus.
See, this is the benefit of being in third person. And this is why I love the aspect so much, because not only did you have climbing capabilities on the spy side, but you see the third person camera allowed you to be way more tactical because you had way more information. You could see around corners. Whereas these guys, they're stuck in first person mode with a motion sensor. So they can do only what they can do. But the spies, you had so much flexibility. Like, and based off the darkness of the map, you could see he's in night vision mode, which is awesome. You see this ledge right here? You could actually just hang by this ledge. And in first person, if you're not looking at the right angle where you can see the hands, right? The verticality really matters. You could just pull him down. And so you do all these crazy traps where you get your friend to make, weird like little decoys to lead them to the edge of the rail so that you could just pull them. And you'd have these incredible plays that I think from a Twitch stream perspective, like, the multiplayer would do so well if brought back. Why they don't remake this disgusts me. This game is pretty much Siege, but spy mode. It kind of, without the hero stuff. The Siege stuff, in my opinion, doesn't need the hero stuff. I don't know why they do the hero stuff. I think the hero stuff, it makes the game worse, in my opinion. But if they took the recruit level movement system, like of Siege, the base movement system, the shooting, and then added that with a third-person spy system, bro, they would be cooking so hard. A lot of people don't realize, given the fact that Ubisoft has kind of messed up their brands, but Tom Clancy back in the 6th generation, the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube era, dude, Tom Clancy was on fire. The Rainbow Six games were amazing. The Ghost Recon games, amazing. The Splinter Cell games, amazing. They had a little bit of that fire in Gen 7, which was good. But, dude, basically, if you bought a game with Tom Clancy on it in Gen 6, they just were fire. They were absolute fire. Also, this equipment was amazing. You could shoot this. So this is like a thing you'd shoot out of your, stun gun. You could put it to any surface. Pretty much what's in Siege, too. Because I think one character, it's like Valkyrie, I think, has that character, right? You put this to any surface you can see, and I think this could also make noise. God, it was so ahead of its time. It was so... You could stick it to people as well. Yeah, dude, it was so ahead of its time. If I could, I would revive this. I would do anything I could to revive this game. It's that good.
Yo, you went to sleep again?
Yeah, sleep gas.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Then there's smokes and flashbang grenades. Throw one of these bad boys at your feet and watch the mercs stumble around like a chicken with their head cut off. And don't forget the EMF vision either. It's like having X-ray hacks that actually work. Number 3 is psychological warfare. This is the most important one. You have to keep mercs on edge by using misdirection. You have to trigger alarms, create distractions, and make them think you're in one place when you're actually somewhere else.
I can't believe you survived.
Do not move.
You still in here?
Inmate, you will comply.
No!
Set up ambush.
That's what I'm saying. You could get them in that chokehold, and then you could whisper anything. And something that the original Xbox did that I don't think you can do on PC is they had voice modifiers. So you could change your voice to be super high pitch and sound like a squeaker, or you could make it so you sounded like Darth Vader. It was incredible. The amount of times you'd be just in first person mode and then someone would just grab you and then whisper something to you in the original Xbox days. Incredible. And some of the funniest moments known to man. Bro, I'm legit I miss it. I miss it so much.
Push points, wait for them to pass by.
Bro, that move too. There was so much movement mechanics to this game.
Kevin.
Wait.
There's no way. Where is he?
And if you don't feel like Batman yet, well, you should. Playing as a merc. It's not my favorite. However, if you're really good at it,
Agreed.
you won't lose. Number 1, detection and surveillance. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves catching these sneaky spies. Use your motion sensors and surveillance gear to sniff them out. It's like high-stakes Easter egg hunting, but with a lot more gunfire. The tools at your disposal will turn you into a walking, talking security system. Number 2, heavy artillery. When in doubt, blow it out. You're armed to the teeth, so grenades, rifles, use them all.
It's GG's. It's literally GG's. Like, we can't do anything about
Got him!
Oh, no way.
No way.
You're essentially a one-person demolition crew. Just about...
If this was made in the modern era, chat, developers would nerf the heck out of this and completely miss the point of this side being so well equipped. It's supposed to be high risk, high reward. You're supposed to be at a huge disadvantage so you can try to outthink the other person. If this was made in the modern times, which I pray it does eventually, it would be ruined through patches, updates, nerfs, because they just don't understand. It's not supposed to be balanced. That's the fun. It's supposed to be completely imbalanced, and you're supposed to figure out how to win based off of that imbalance. That's the fun. Please don't ruin it, Ubisoft.
Ready to destroy anything in your path. Number 3, lighting up the shadows. Spies are basically vampires. They hate the light. Use your flashlight and flares to expose them. Illuminate every single corner and watch them scatter like little cockroaches. And then squish them. Number 4, trap placement. Now,
before we move on to trap placement, with the modern era, the lighting systems that we have in these new consoles, right, with RTX and all that stuff, like, I don't really care that much about RTX, but that would be a huge use case for it. Because the light interaction that you need to use as a merc for this type of game mode is, like, insane. You really need to be like, I need to light this place up. I need to use my flashlight. I feel like your flashlight may have had a battery, too. I think it might have. Thank you for the Happy New Year, Wiley. You're beautiful, goose-tastic. Happy New Year to all of you.
You would probably think it's a good idea to place it right next to the objective that they're going to go for. No, don't do that. Put them in like a hallway. Put them against a box in a random spot, because more likely than not, they're not going to expect it there. Then you blow them the hell up. They might be nimble, but they can't outrun a well-placed mine. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory
really
Spies vs.
trapped
Mercs
them.
mode is a masterclass in multiplayer gaming. It's a thrilling blend of stealth and action that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The game's unique mechanics and intense gameplay create an experience that's still unmatched even by today's standards. What truly sets it apart is the dynamic it fosters among your friends. The laughter, the bickering, the shared triumphs, and the epic
So good.
fails all contribute to an unforgettable gaming session. Worth it, you killed Avy! It's a game that brings people together, creating memories that last long after the game has been shut off. And the intricate balance between spies and mercs is what makes it so special to me. The spies, with their gadgets and stealth, provide a tense and exhilarating experience as you sneak around, completing objectives while avoiding detection. On the other side, the mercs, with their heavy artillery and surveillance equipment, offer a completely different but equally thrilling gameplay experience. The asymmetrical nature of the game ensures that no two matches are ever the same, keeping play.
And this is exactly what I think is missing in today's multiplayer games. Chat, are we not getting bored with every multiplayer game being either a Battle Royale or Call of Duty? Or a Fortnite, right? Like, it's just like, Call of Duty is essentially Fortnite and Battle Royale in one. Like, it's stale right now. Apex, Fortnite, Warzone, it's all the same. I think Siege is like the most different, but the hero stuff, it's like got one foot in the door to the others. It doesn't need it. Like the Overwatch, we don't, it's time for something new. Let's go back to realism. We've done the extraction shooters forever. I think something like this is huge. And I think the reason Battle Royale has exploded in popularity, in my opinion, is not only because it's new and it provides tension throughout the whole time, it also is incredibly shareable. Meaning that when I stream a Battle Royale, you can follow the story. He has to be the last one to live, right? And so I have to hide, I have to play smarter, and it's about intelligence to win, right? You don't necessarily... How many times you play a Battle Royale, you have the best kit and you still get wrecked? I mean, that's like literally all my Warzone experiences ever, right? And I think this type of game mode does the same thing. It's unique, right? There's no competition. It tells an amazing story. The spies have to hack the system, and the mercs have to defend. There's two different gameplay elements, right? Which is incredibly unique. It has lighting focus. It's great from a streaming perspective. Like, as the spies, you want to see them try to, like, 2v2 is way more easy to understand than, you know, Overwatch, where there's like a billion things being thrown at you. I don't think that's a fun stream game to watch. And I would even say Marvel Rivals, it's hard to watch and understand. Fun to play, hard to watch. I think PUBG, Fortnite, and Warzone are easier watching experiences, but not as fun to play, in my opinion. Canadian Jacob says CS2 and Valorant, but Spy. Yeah, and I think that's why those games have exploded in popularity. Counter-Strike 2 is incredibly simple to understand. It's a great storytelling perspective and fantastic gameplay. If someone did this, Ubisoft, if you make this game properly in the modern era, it will explode. It will explode. It has all the elements you need for an explosion and zero competition. It's new. Dude, the multiplayer shooter space needs innovation. It needs it so bad. And this is it, Ubisoft. You're in a hole. This is it. But we all know you're going to let me down. We all know you're going to let me down.
Players engaged and coming back for more. The community that has kept this game alive deserves a standing ovation. Thanks to their dedication, the multiplayer mode has been revamped and optimized to run smoothly on modern PCs, and without their efforts, the joy of Chaos Theory's multiplayer would just be long gone. They've ensured that new generations of gamers can experience the magic that is Spies vs. Mercs. Ubisoft just needs to get off their asses and port the game.
Wait, this actually works on PC? I own it on PC. I thought it was completely shut down. Chat, we may have to play this. We may have to do a gameplay day to play this. We might have to do it. This could be a good community moment too.
In the modern systems.
Today, Junior?
The server shut down like 7 or 8 years ago, and there's proof that there is a demand there, and the fan base is as passionate as ever. A modern port would not only bring this classic back to life, but also introduce it to a whole new audience. Imagine the potential for updated graphics, smoother gameplay, and enhanced features, all while maintaining the core elements that made the original so beloved. All in all, in a world where multiplayer games often feel so repetitive, same shit every year kind of thing,
yes,
Spies vs. Mercs stands out as a beacon of creativity and innovation.
Could
the
not agree
combination
more.
of stealthy, strategy, and action is a recipe for endless fun. It's the kind of game that you can play for hours on end and still find new ways to enjoy it. So gather up your friends, fire up your PC, and dive back into the chaos. Relive those heart-pounding matches and create new memories. After all, where else can you turn?
Inmate, do not move. Inmate, you will comply.
What the heck?
Anyways, guys, it's going to do it for this video. If you liked the video, go ahead, hit like. And if you disliked it, of course, hit dislike. And if you're feeling generous enough, maybe even subscribe. All right.
That was a fantastic video.
All right, guys, I'm going to see you in the next one. See ya.
I will say he did take a few, detours there for what I thought the video was going to be about. Like, I would probably recommend not to do that in the future, but I think that was a really great video, and I love that everybody gets to hear more about this, because I'm telling you guys, like, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, the campaign is goated. The campaign is goated. But the multiplayer, it's a diamond in the rough. I'm telling you, I would literally bet the farm on this exploding in popularity online in the same way that Siege did. I think this would be huge. Ubisoft, you're in a hole right now. You don't have a lot of fans right now, okay? No one's really big fan of you. No one's really repping you. This would be huge. This would be different. And in a world of multiplayer, there's so much competition. You need to build something unique that no one can compete at. Otherwise, you need to build 1,000 times better product than the other. I mean, that's why Marvel Rivals is destroying Overwatch right now, because it is the same game, but just 1,000 times better right now. So hopefully they do it. I don't think Ubisoft is going to. I know they're working on a Splinter Cell 1 remake, but unfortunately Splinter Cell 1 does not have this Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer. It was only introduced in the second one, Pandora Tomorrow. I hope they do it. This is a great video by Paragon Mitchell. I linked it into the Twitch chat, so check it out if you'd like. Yeah, dude, Spies vs. Merc, please, Ubisoft, come back. Chat. That made me sad, dude. I can't tell you how much I love that game. I am in love with that game. I freaking love that thing. I just want it back. Chat, I'm feeling loosey goosey right now. So before we set up the next segment, I am going to give a gifted sub due to all our brand new viewers. But here are the terms, chat. Here are the terms. I'm going to give a gifted sub under a condition.
Zug.
And really, the choice is up to you if you want this gifted sub.
Someone beat you to it.
Jersey Boy 64. Holy smokes, dude. Jersey Boy 64, you absolute stallion. Holy smokes. Jersey Boy 64 gifting out 20 gifted subs to the community. An absolute stallion. We just rocketed past our goals. Holy smokes. Chat, 2025, dude. We're on fire. We're on fire. Can we all just get a huge round of applause for Jersey Boy 64, an absolute beautiful goose-tastic individual. Shout out to all our brand new subscribers. This does give you free access to the Zenkai Goose Discord. Thanks to Jersey Boy 64. Check your Twitch integrations on Discord. You get free access to our private Discord available there. That is insane. You guys are literally the greatest community of all time. I cannot believe it. Holy smokes. I was just about to give a gifted sub, and now I have to. Now I have to. But I'm not going to be as generous as Jersey Boy 64, who's the nicest person in the world. Okay, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. Jersey Boy 64 is better than Kevin. You guys all know how great Kevin is. Kevin's the best. And he's definitely better than Cameron, who does nothing. Wow, that is mind-blowing. Thank you so much, Jersey Boy 64. Absolutely amazing. Gifted sub. My mind is literally blown. Chat, I will also give a gifted sub before we do our next segment. However, I have a condition, as I was saying. I have a condition. I'm comparing you to a 40-year-old mouse. No, it's not a 40-year-old mouse. He's a newborn. He's only a year old. He's beautiful.
Zug.
He's beautiful, Jersey Boy. The condition is, with text-to-speech on, exclamation mark, text-to-speech, if one of you can make me laugh in the next, let's give you 3 minutes on the clock. Let's go until 11:15. If one person can make me laugh, I will put a gifted sub. But can you do it? I don't know. Let's hear your best jokes. Let's hear.
Poop.
I'm going to put the coarsest dirt I've ever seen in your eyes. Open your eyes, Mr. Dang Lemon, because dirt's coming your way. It's coming.
Kevin has stains.
That's not funny. No one's laughing at that. Kevin is a beautiful little angel, okay? Kevin is a beautiful little angel. He's been cleaned. He's been cleaned. He's only somewhat yellow now, okay? He's white and somewhat yellow. That's just clean. I'd tell you a roof joke, but it'd probably go over your head.
How do farmers celebrate New Year? They turnip the beets.
Solid. Chat, these are solid, but I'm not laughing. These are all solid.
Let's be honest, that mouse is older than you are.
No, did that technically work? Technically, I did giggle on that. That wasn't even funny. That wasn't even funny, dude. How dare you? I was actually trying to hold it as long as I could. And nothing was funny. I don't know why I even giggled. Chat. A deal's a deal, though. A deal is a deal.
What do you call an Italian hooker? A prostitute.
No comment. Oh my god. It's like an you laugh, you lose, except you guys win.
What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie.
Chat. these are good, but they're PG. You know, you gotta get to my full goosing way. Check this out. There it is. Phil Tony,
Why
gifted
did the
sub.
male chicken wear underwear on its head?
Why?
Because its pecker was on its face.
What? What? Why did the male chicken wear underwear on its head? Oh, okay, I got that. Chat, you disgust me. First off, you disgust me. Second off, I'm disgusted. Third off, pick a thing. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Chat, it is time for the weekly reoccurring segment on this stream. If you don't know, allow the chat, the people who've been here for weeks, to tell you what's about to happen because they know the name. It just takes one person to say the name of this show, and we will go into the greatest game show that ever existed. What is the name, chat? What is the name? Someone say it. You know the name. We all know the name.
Great job, Lil Chinchilla.
Did I gift myself? No, technically it went out. It just said. I gifted it to... no, I said the name. Chat, you're throwing me off. You're throwing me off. Someone say the game. What game are we about to play, chat? We play it every week. You know the name.
Dad joke segment.
Yeah, the dad joke segment. The gifted sub. And whoever wins this game will be gifted a sub. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. Okay? What's the name of the game, chat? You all know the name. Just say the name. Every week I ask you for the name. You make it difficult on me. Just say the name. You know the name. Just say the name. You know the name. Just say the name. It's not Weeb Game. It is not Weeb Game. And you know it's not Weeb Game. Lord Voldemort has nothing to do with this game. Chat, this is the time.
UWU for Goose.
Super rigged game. Wiley, of course, said it. Wiley, 1,000 points to Wiley because
Simp Games.
Wiley knows the answer. Wiley knows the answer because chat. This is Guess That Game. Greatest game show to ever exist. This is Guess That Game, dude. This is Guess That Game. Chat, holy smokes, we're playing it. We're guessing the games. And the winner of this game, trust me, you're going to want to be the winner. You're going to want to be the winner. That's for sure. That's for sure. Chat, holy smokes, what a day. This is Guess That Game, the greatest game show on Twitch. And on today's show, we're going to be going through 10 games that I have hand-picked that are literally impossible to guess. There's no way you guys are going to guess it. And if you do, I'll be shocked. Whoever wins Guess That Game will receive a gifted sub. Quite frankly, there's no way you guys are going to get these games. There's just no way. I went extra hard this week. Extra hard. So without further ado, the first game is worth 1 point. Can you guys guess this game? And we're going to do a little tweak this week. Because it goes fast. I want to make sure you have the ultimate high risk, high reward. So we're going to put this in followers only mode. So if you want to join, you have to be followed. That's number one. So if you'd like to compete and guess that game, you need to follow the channel. Very simple. Just press the little heart. Boom. You're following. You're ready to play Guess That Game. And so that's number one. And we're going to put this in slow mode. Actually, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's just keep it for follow for right now. Let's keep it for follow right now. All right. Guess that game, dude. Cameron, are you ready? Chat. Are you ready for the first game? Let's do this the right way. Press the 3 dots and report the stream. I hate what you are. I hate what you are. Chad, it's time for the first game. Allow me to set it up. I have the 10 games here. Just need to make sure that you guys don't see them. Okay. Just place them right here. Just want to make sure you guys don't see them. All right. This first game. I'm opening up with an insanely hard game. Insanely hard game. Okay. Here we go. Like I said, this is going to be very difficult. The first game. I'm not stalling. Fight me. The first game. Released on the original Xbox as an action shooter. The first game released on the original Xbox as an action shooter. That is the first hint. Chat. Simpsons Hit and Run. I Hate What You Are. That is incorrect. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. Fantastic guess. I love that game. This is incorrect. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Fantastic game. This is incorrect. The next hint. This game released in 2005. Very late into the original Xbox's life cycle. Very late. Black. Fantastic game. Incorrect. I'll give you guys the next hint. Half-Life 2. That was 2004. Fight me. Incorrect. This next game, if you played and won this game, you had a chance to win $1 million. Can you guess this game? That's hint number 3. If you won this game, you had a chance to win $1 million. There's no way. There's no way. Collecting the first point, we have a winner. Holy smokes. We have a winner. The game is Advent Rising by Majesco, now out of sale or out of business. This is actually created by one of the original creators behind Fortnite, Donald Mustard. PRH1 rocketing to the top of the leaderboards, making you all look horrible. PRH1. Incredible that you got that. PRH1, that was like one of the hardest ones. PRH1 rocketing to the top of the leaderboards with the first point. Now, as we go on, the points do increase by 1 for every game. So this next point will be worth 2. Chat, the question is, can you guess this game? Again, whoever wins will get a gifted sub. Isn't that beautiful? This next game is a platformer. The first hint is this game is a platformer. You may now attempt to guess this game. Rayman, fantastic guess. Incorrect. Terraria, fantastic game. Incorrect. Simpsons Hit and Run. I Hate What You Are. Incorrect. Blinks the Cat. Shout out for recommending Blinks the Cat. Incorrect. The next hint, chat. This game released on the N64. Platformer that was released on the N64, chat. Burnout is not a platformer. I Hate What You Are. Incorrect. Glover. Fantastic guess. Unfortunately, it's incorrect. Incorrect. This is for 2 points. A platformer released on the N64. Glover's incorrect. Chat, who will be the first one to guess this? Bango. This is incorrect. Grab by the Ghoulies. Was that on the N64? I don't think it was. This is incorrect. Hold. Cameron, pause the music. Because we have a winner. We have a winner. Just like that, we have a winner. A platformer released on the N64 immediately right out the gate. I knew you guys would guess this one fast. And the point goes to none other than Donkey Kong 64. Shout out to Wizard, who got 2 points right out of the gate, rocketing him to the top of the tippy top of the list. Wizard, you absolute stallion. Donkey Kong 64. Holy smokes. Nope, we're not doing Xbox games today, you little rascal. You thought you could get me, but I'm 7 steps ahead. Let me tell you, I'm 7 steps ahead. Wizard, 2 points, just like that. Looks like Wizard's gonna get the gifted sub. I literally said it was on the N64, Benjamin Wheelie. I literally said it. We were gonna quarrel soon. All right, this next game is gonna be a very difficult one. Very difficult. Like I said, that game, Donkey Kong 64, is probably the easiest one. If I'm being real. That was the easiest one. This next game. For 3 points. The first hint. This game is a racing game. Let the guessing commence. Simpsons Road Rage. Technically fits, but is incorrect. Flat Out. Fantastic guess, to be honest. Incorrect. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Incorrect. Next hint. This game released on the PlayStation 2. Remember, we need the full name to get the full 3 points. Need for Speed Underground. Incorrect. Gotham Racing. I didn't even know that was a thing. Incorrect. Crash Team Racing. I believe that was PS1. This is incorrect. The next hint. This game was developed by Naughty Dog. Who will be the first one to get it? Burnout. Incorrect. Not made by Naughty Dog. Crash Team Racing. Incorrect. Not on the PS2. Racing game, PS2, developed by Naughty Dog. Who will be the first one to get this 3 points? Chat, we have a winner. We have a winner. Cameron, stop the music because right now we have a new leader. And the game is... Jack X Combat Racing. Holy smokes, Mr. Danny Lemon rocketing to the tippy top of the leaderboards with 3 points. Chat, anybody can win. Guess that game, but only one of you is going to get a gifted sub. Who's it going to be? It pains me to put this man at this level. It pains me. I'm in incredible pain. Canadian Jacob, you got this. Keep your head in the game because this next game could be yours. This next game could be yours. Chat, I'm going to give you guys an easy one here. I'm feeling. This one's for Canadian Jacob. Okay? That's the type of support I give. Canadian Jacob, if you don't get this, I'm going to be upset. You understand me? Let's start the guessing. The first hint for this next game. This game released on the Sega Genesis. That is the first hint. Let the guessing begin. This game released on the Sega Genesis. Sonic. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. Streets of Rage. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. Mortal Kombat. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. Next hint. This game is a fighting game. Earthworm Jim. Incorrect. Phantasy Star 4. Don't believe that's a fighting game. Incorrect. Clay Fighter. Dude, I'm so happy someone brought up Clay Fighter. Straight up, that just makes me happy. But that is incorrect. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Incorrect. I remind you, you must spell the game according to the way the title was. Oh God. Chat. We have a winner, but it's gonna hurt. We have a winner, but it will hurt. There will be controversy with this winner, let me tell you. And the game is, even though I do not have the Sega Genesis version, Mortal Kombat 2. However, the first person to guess it technically was Dat Turtle Hermit, spelling it with a C, not a K, thus giving the point to Weezard, getting the full 3 points, bringing him to the tippy top with 5 points. You're on your phone. Did it autocorrect? Yo, Dat Turtle Hermit, were you just like destroyed with autocorrect? That's absolutely insane. What an insane curveball. Weezer just stole the Turtle Hermit's point. Weezer is ruthless. He is not stopping while he's ahead. Wait, that was the fourth game. That was the fourth game. So this should be worth 4 points. Wait. Yeah, should be worth 4 points. That means Wizards at 6. Holy smokes, chat. It is getting insane. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a game now. This game is basically impossible. If you guys guess this, you are the ultimate gamers. You are the ultimate gamers. There's no way you guys guess this game. There's no way. There's no way. And yet, I still have faith. For 5 whole points, getting this will rocket you to second place. For 5 points, the 5th game. The first hint. This game was developed by Rockstar. Simpsons Hit and Run could not be more incorrect. I hate what you are. Bully, fantastic guess. Incorrect. Bully 2, Canadian Jacob, trying to get a point on the board. Put a game that doesn't exist. It's incorrect. Manhunt, fantastic guess. One of Rockstar's weirdest games. Incorrect. Next hint. This game released on the PlayStation Portable. Developed by Rockstar. Released on the PlayStation Portable, also known as the PSP. Fantastic. Fantastic. First time chatter. Pro player. We'd love to have you. GTA Chinatown Wars did not release on the PSP. It was a DS game. Incorrect. GTA Liberty City Stories. Incorrect. Fantastic game. Midnight Club. Incorrect. Chat. Hold. Somehow we have a winner. Honestly, I want to give this one bonus points, but I'm not going to. We're going to follow the rules here. We have a winner. We have a winner. This game, developed by Rockstar, released on the PSP. You guys only needed 2 hints for this one. Who used Google? That's a great question. And the game is Beaterator. Let's go. Beaterator. And the point goes to none other than the chat's greatest villain, Mr. Daniel Lemon. With 5 points, and just like that, Mr. Daniel Lemon has gone to 8, becoming the ultimate gamer in the lead. Returning champion, of course. Mr. Daniel Lemon. Holy smokes. Remember, if you'd like to compete in this mode, all you have to do is follow. You just have to press that follow button and boom, you can compete. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay. That's absolutely insane. You guys are going right through these. I'm going to give you less intense hints. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's go with... Ooh, I need to throw you guys a curveball. Okay, I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. This one's going to be... Okay. We've got it. We've got it. We've got the game. We've got the game. This game, this next game, released on the Xbox 360. That's hint number 1. This game released on the Xbox 360. May the guesses commence for 6 points. 6 points. Cool Borders. Never heard of it? Incorrect. Red Dead 1. Never heard of it? Incorrect. Skate 3. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. The next hint. Hint number 2. This game is an RPG. An Xbox 360 RPG game. Those are your hints. Injustice Gods Among Us could not be less of an RPG. This is incorrect. Warhammer. Just Warhammer. Incorrect. Fable 2. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. Incorrect. This is for 6 points, chat. This will put you in tied place for second. This is your chance. Xbox 360 game. RPG. I couldn't be more vague. I could not be more vague. Next hint. This game released in 2007. Basically, one of the greatest years in video game history. This game released in 2007, one of the greatest games in video game history. Dragon Age is incorrect. Halo, just Halo. That was 2001, AIXE. Incorrect. Mass Effect, an amazing game. Did release in 2007, Canadian Jacob. I want you to win so bad. Incorrect. Chat, we've entered into overtime. Quite frankly, I'm scared. Cameron, dear God. We're in overtime now. Hint number 4. This game was developed by Japan. This game was developed in Japan, not by the country Japan. Internal Sonata. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. Xbox 360 game. RPG. Released in 2007. Developed in Japan. Hold the phone in overtime. After 4 hints, we have a winner. And the game is Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is the game. Roll credits. Getting second place right out of the gate. Blue Dragon. Xbox 360 game, RPG. Developed by developers in Japan. Yes. I was going to give you guys better hints like designs made by Akira Toriyama, but I wanted to be less specific. You guys are getting them all. Roll credits, of course, taking that. Roll credits, rocketing to second place. Absolutely beautiful and goose-tastic. Chat, the points are going up. There's still a chance. Roll credits going, boom. Second place. Whoever wins will be given a gifted sub and thus access to the Discord. Incredible! Incredible! Even though Jersey Boy 64, through the goodness of his heart, has gifted 20 subs already. So basically everyone's already subscribed. But we're going to give another one. Beautiful. All of Japan has made this game. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. This one, we're going to get a little crazy with this one. This next one, we're going to get a little crazy for 7 points. For 7 points. For 7 points. This is the one, chat. For 7 points. The first hint. Everyone hates this game. That is the first hint. Everyone hates this game. What a wild hint. Concord. That's incorrect. I'm sorry, Concord developers. Simpsons Hit and Run technically is correct. Everybody does hate this game. We're going to be playing it Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Look forward to that. Far Cry 4. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but it's incorrect. Call of Duty Warzone. I definitely do hate that game. I do play it all the time. Kevin is incorrect as well. Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Incorrect. The next hint. I'm actually surprised no one's guessed it. The next hint. This is a multiplayer game. The next hint is this is a multiplayer game. Everyone hates it. It's a multiplayer game. Fortnite. I can see why you'd say it. Incorrect. Roll credits with Concord. As mentioned before, this is incorrect. Fall Guys. Dang, does everybody hate Fall Guys now? Fall Guys is incorrect. Hold. Cameron, hold. Hold. We have a winner. I didn't think we would. This fast. But just as always, you guys surprised me. We have a winner. And the winner is... The answer is Overwatch. Basically, everyone hates this game now. Oh, it was so good on release. So good. Now it no longer exists. You know, I own the physical copy, and I actually don't own this game. It's gone. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Jesse on TV just beating Canadian Jacob. I would have accepted Overwatch 2. Basically the same game. Canadian Jacob, you literally, it was right there. You had it. Dude, the world is out against Canadian Jacob. Jesse on TV rocketing to second place with 7 points. Beautiful Goose-tastic. We love to see the chaos in here. Jesse on TV. Beautiful. Beautiful. 7 points. Look at that. What a Canadian Jacob's just dying inside. Oh, chat. You little rascals. You little rascals. I'm going to save the last game. Yeah, I'm going to... Okay, the last game is going to be the hardest because I'll put a twist on it, but we'll get there. Chat. This next game for 8 points. For 8 points to find out who is the ultimate gamer and to get a gifted sub at the end of the stream. Quite frankly, this is the one. This is the one, chat. This will test your gamer abilities. Okay? This game, for the first hint, this game falls into the horror genre. The horror genre. Hold on. Actually, wait. I'll wait for ads. We'll wait for ads. We'll wait for ads. The ads are over. Horror genre. Silent Hill 2. Incorrect. Fatal Frame. Fantastic guess. Incorrect. Dead Space. Incorrect. The next hint. The next hint. Trying to think of a hint that doesn't immediately give it away. The next hint. This game was released on the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2. Horror game. These are the hints. Silent Hill. Incorrect. Resident Evil Outbreak. Incorrect. Left 4 Dead 2. Incorrect. Until Dawn. PS4 game. Not PS2. Show Pony, you little rascal. Incorrect. This next hint. This game is a horror game. Released on the PS2. That also came to the Wii. Hint number 3. This came to the Wii. Never heard of Kuan, but it is incorrect. Obscure. Incorrect. We've now entered overtime. We're in overtime right now. It's happening. Darkwatch. Dude, shout out Darkwatch. Dude, Darkwatch is an incredible game. Fortunately, it is incorrect. Dude, shout out Darkwatch. I want to play Darkwatch now. I'm actually surprised no one's gotten it. We're in overtime. One of you is so disgustingly close. One of you is so disgustingly close, it hurts my eyes. Multiple of you are disgustingly close to get this 8 points for the 8th game. Horror game, released on PS2, released on the Wii. This next hint. Is unnecessary because we have a winner. Cameron, stop. I was curious if someone would get it just off those. Now it's starting to come in. Some of you are starting to figure it out, but unfortunately, there can only be one winner. And the winner is released on the Wii, PlayStation 2 as a horror game. Manhunt 2. I was going to say Rockstar. I was just about to say it was made by Rockstar because you guys need a little bit of help. Crazy. Technically horror. It is in the horror theme. There's no way that's not horror, Benny Wheelie. There's no way, Benjamin frickin' Wheelie. Okay? You literally murder people in the most serial killer way possible. The points go to Wiley OFC, you beautiful, beautiful little goose-tastic individual, rocketing to first place tied. Wiley OFC. It's anyone's game at this point. Because this next point will be worth 9 for the 9th game. The 9th game. Whoo, boy. Anyone could win it. Anyone could win the gifted sub. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be, dude? Who's it going to be? Let's just jump right into it, shall we? This next game released on Generation 6 consoles. That is the first hint. This next game released on Generation 6 consoles. Let's test your gamer spirits now. Let's see how smart you really are. For 9 points. This next game released on Gen 6 consoles. I will not elaborate what those are. This is for the ultimate gamer. Sea of Thieves could not be more wrong, Canadian Jacob. I believe in you. Gen 6 consoles. Google exists. Facts. Resident Evil 4. Incorrect. Fantastic game. Legacy of Kain. I haven't played it. Heard it's amazing. Incorrect. Fusion Frenzy. Yo, shout out Fusion Frenzy. Beautiful Joe 2? I love when you guys name these games. These games are freaking impossible. I love freaking incredible. I love thinking about these games, but they're all incorrect. The next hint. This game is a racing game. This game is a racing game on Gen 6 platforms. Chat for 9 points. Who's it gonna be? X-Men Legends famous racing game? Incorrect. Harvest Moon. Favorite racing game of all time. I love the part where you feed your cars water. Incorrect. Need for Speed Underground 2. Fantastic game. Some might say it's one of the best. Incorrect. There's no way one of you guessed the exact title. I am literally shocked. The man literally wrote the exact same title, the exact same casing. Everything is perfect. I cannot believe this. We have a brand new winner. Rocketing to the tippy top of the leaderboards. Honestly, I'm shocked. I'm literally bamboozled. There's malarkey in the chat. Quite frankly, I'm scared. We have a winner. In the game, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I am in shambles. I am in shambles. Just put me out of my misery now. Remember, the last one is going to be worth 10 points. And the winner goes to Neil Down 8109. Neil, you absolute legend. You absolute legend. Rocketing to the tippy top. Holy smokes, Neil. Neil might be the ultimate gamer. Neil might be him. Neil might be him, chat. He might be. He might be. Hold on, though, chat, because we have a little tradition on Guess That Game, and if you've played Guess That Game before, then you know this is about to get crazy. You know. Don't you? Who knows what's going to happen after the 9th game? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I think you all know. Hold on. Chat, we're about to introduce chaos. Because this next segment is a poll. Because you see, for the 10th point, before we do the 10th point, we have a poll here to see how incredibly chaotic you really are. How bad do you want that gifted sub? The choices are split the next point. This means 10 points would be split to all the winners. Blue shell, we minus 5 points from the leader, bringing the leader down minus 5 points. Bring everyone to 0, thus giving everyone an equal shot. Divide all points by half. Wow, this is pure chaos. Chat, despite the fact that the next point is worth 10 points, meaning anyone could win, there's still chaos in the stream. There's chaos. There's absolute chaos. This is it. The chat is angry. The chat has hatred in their hearts. They want blood. The chat has spoken. Everyone needs to go to 0. There's no ban me option. This is true. Cameron, please ban Mr. Dane Lemon. Anyone who wants to be banned, just type ban in the chat. You will be banned immediately. That is my gift to you. That is my gift to you. This next game will be the hardest one because it must be spelt exactly as it was released. AIXE, requiring to be banned. We're halfway through the poll, and quite frankly, it's looking like everything is going to 0. Can we ban Goose for saying Chinatown Wars is not on the PSP? Wait, did it come to the PSP? Chinatown Wars PSP? Well, holy smokes. I need you to ban Benjamin Wheelie. Don't ask questions. He needs to be banned. You could ban Goose for a lot of things. Incorrect. I am unbannable. I am the ban man. In fact, I can't be stopped. I am the ultimate gamer because I hold all the games. Do you see? Here are all the games. Here they are. But can you guess the last game? I am the Senate. Exactly. Execute order 6686. I forget what the order is, but execute it. Chat, with 20 seconds to go. That's just a ballpark. I have no actual answer how long this is going to be. It's 69? It is not 69, is it? What? Execute order 66. You guys are liars. You guys are freaking liars. It says 66. I was right. Made me look. First off, now you're all banned. 69% of you are all banned. With 10 seconds on the clock, it is looking very clear. This next game will force everyone to go down to 0. And the poll has spoken. The poll has spoken. Everyone is in shambles. Despite the fact that this next point is worth 10 points and didn't really matter. This is a democracy, and the chat has spoken. Everyone has gone down to 0. We're all equal here, including everyone in the chat who hasn't ranked a single point. Chat. We're in the finals now. We are in the finals. Quite frankly, it's anyone's game. Literally. Literally is. You all have 0 points. For 10 full points and a gifted sub, I will gift you a sub if you get this game. This is the one, chat. If you'd like to enter, you just have to follow on Twitch. You're in. You're in. I'm nervous for you guys. I'm nervous because I want it spelt exactly as is. Exactly as is. Exactly. Do you understand me? The title has to be exactly. Let the questions begin. This game is a shooter. The first hint, this game is a shooter. Simpsonson run. Keep pushing. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Incorrect. Uncharted 2 isn't even the full name, Celine. Incorrect. Halo is also not the full name. Neil. Incorrect. Halo 3, you didn't put a space. Incorrect. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the W is capitalized and so is the M. And the D. Incorrect. We're gunning for blood on this one. GoldenEye 007. Incorrect. Resistance Fall of Man. Incorrect. The next hint. This game has been released many times. Multiple releases. Shooter with multiple releases. That is the next hint. Call of Duty. The first Call of Duty. Incorrect. Battlefield 5. Only been released once. Incorrect. Grand Theft Auto 5. Fantastic guess. It's incorrect. Anyone's game. Anyone could take this for 10 points. You will be the winner and you will get a gifted sub. This is Guess That Game where anything can happen. Quite frankly, I'm scared. I am scared. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is missing a colon, is incorrect. Star Wars Battlefront 2, spelled perfectly, but it is incorrect. We've now entered overtime. We've entered overtime. This next hint. This is a multiplayer game. Okay? Shooter. Multiplayer game, multiple releases. NHL 94. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Battlefield 4 has a capital B. Incorrect. Doom Eternal. I'm pretty sure it has a colon. Incorrect. We're gunning for blood on this one. We're gunning for blood on this one. Chat, the next hint for 10 points. This is set in a modern military setting. Shooter. Multiple releases. Multiplayer. Modern military setting. It's getting heated. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Incorrect. I knew this was going to be difficult, chat. It needs to be spelled exactly. You guys are all over the place. No one's even close. Actually, one person was incredibly close. Escape from Tarkov. Incorrect. Counter-Strike 2. Incorrect. You have to understand. I have this game right here. I have this game. We have now entered into overtime mode. Quite frankly, my butt cheeks have never been more clenched. For the final hint, for all the marbles, multiplayer game, first shooter, multiple releases, modern military setting. The final hint. I have tweeted this game recently. Check out the Twitter. Follow me while I'm there, you little rascals. That's called integration. What's that? That just came to me. Warhammer 40,000. Incorrect. Broderlands 2. Incorrect. I have tweeted about this game recently. I will monitor the chat. If you need more hints, I will give you. But so far, this is where I stand. Who's it going to be? I love how not one of you opens Twitter. There's no way I've ever mentioned Serious Sam the first encounter. Chat. What were the rules, chat? What were the rules? For 10 points and a gifted sub, what were the rules? Multiplayer game. Shooter. Multiple releases. Modern military settings. And I tweeted it. It had to be spelled exactly as released, chat. Because we have a winner. We have a winner. And the winner is... Counter-Strike Source with a colon in the official name. Canadian Jacob literally had it. Just didn't have a colon. He was right there. And Show Pony just coming out the gate strong with a gifted sub. That one's for Canadian Jacob. Let's go. He needs it. You had it first. I was rooting for you. But the winner is Jack JMW, rocketing to the tippy top. Real quick, just huge shout out to all of you, and shout out to Show Pony for the freaking gifted sub. You beautiful little rascal. It's absolutely beautiful. Jack JMW stealing it. Hold on. Canadian Jacob is saying there is no colon. We love chaos in this stream. Do we not? Chat, do we not love chaos? To my understanding, there is a colon, but technically on the box, if we look here, there is no colon. Technically. We will be putting this to a poll. This is up to the community. Who wins Guess That Game? Is there a colon in Counter-Strike Source? Yes or no? The answer to this poll will decide the winner. Does Jack get to keep it? Or does Canadian Jacob get his point? This is the one, chat. This is the one. There's chaos. There's chaos. The chat's on fire now. The chat, pretty close. 43% saying yes, there is in fact a colon, and 57. We are now at half. Holy smokes, the chat is all over the place. The chat is on fire. They are angry, quite frankly. This is Guess That Game, the game where anything can happen. 55% of you are saying yes indeed with 20 seconds on the clock. There is no colon in Counter-Strike Source. Canadian Jacob is looking like the winner. We are now tied with 10 seconds left. Chat, it could go either way. Will Canadian Jacob win or Jack JMW win? Who's it gonna be? If you ended on a tie, and just like that. And just like that, it was bamboozled in the final! Holy smokes, dude! In an incredible turn of events, Canadian Jacob is stabbed in the back multiple times, some in the leg, by the very community he built brick by brick. Quite frankly, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. But I love the chaos. Holy smokes. Jack JMW. Canadian Jacob. You were so close. I wanted this to be for you. This was your time. Hold on. I gotta go and figure out how to gift a sub. Wait, you're already subbed. He's already subbed! So is Canadian Jacob. We're gifting an anonymous sub in that case. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. As promised, I am gifting one sub to a viewer. Courtesy of Jack JMW, an absolute beautiful goose-tasking individual, just like that. Boom. We're going to make that a staple now. Every single time we play Guess That Game, there will be a winner. Chat, there is a winner. This is it. We did it. Gifted sub right out the gate. Community sub given. We love it. We absolutely love it. This game that we're playing right here, chat, I want to congratulate the winner, Jack JMW, for being this week's Ultimate Gamer. I am screenshotting this and putting it right in the Discord as we speak. You will be immortalized forever. You are immortalized forever. Just like that. Just like that. We have a new winner. Ultimate Gamer. Beautiful. Incredible show. Incredible community. Incredible guesses. Quite frankly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Just like that. Guess That Game winner, number 6. For January 5th. January 5th, 2025 goes to Jack. Can we all send some love for Jack? Holy smokes. Shout out, Jack. What an incredible show. Incredible. Guess That Game winner, Jack JMW. Just like that, he won it all. Guess That Game, the greatest game show to ever exist. Quite frankly, with the greatest gaming community that ever exists. We're on fire today. We cannot be stopped. We are literally gunning for the moon. 2025 is our year. We are going to be we are going to be going to the top. And I'm taking you all with me. You hear me? I'm taking you all with me. Holy smokes. Just like that. That has been an amazing Goose Morning Live 49. We've been doing this 49 weeks in a row. We are on fire. We are on fire, chat. I am impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Let me take the chat out of follow mode here. Never really do that, so I gotta get used to how to do that. Off. Off. We're off of follow mode now. We're off. Holy smokes, chat. We did. What an incredible show. Absolutely incredible. Holy smokes. Chat, we have some housekeeping before we call it for today. This was an amazing show. We will be doing Simpsons in Run this week, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, so be there. We're going to be streaming the whole day. I'm going to try to get some pretzels, some Canada Dries. We're going to be having ourselves a little bit of a time, you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to beat that game. Yeah, we'll try to go full grease lightning goose like we did on the Black Myth Wukong.
Can I skip work for Simpsons stream?
Yes, you have my permission. Yes. Kevin said he'll do your work. Kevin. I'll do your work, Mr. Daniel Tiberius Lemon.
Rigged.
All you have... Now hold on a second, Canadian Jacob. You forgot to call in. He's technically got you there, Canadian Jacob. He's got you there. He's got you there, technically. So we're going to be doing Simpsons Hit and Run. Look forward to that. Of course, the Clips channel, Zenkai Goose TV, that is popping off right now. Make sure to check that out. All the best moments.
Yellow mouse.
Chat. There's been so many gifted subs this stream. Like, look at that. We're at 281 of 270. We're almost at 300, chat. Absolutely insane. All the best moments are going to be posted to Zenkai Goose TV. If you're watching on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch or what have you, I cut the best moments at the highest quality and I put them on Zenkai Goose TV on
Yellow
YouTube.
Spot mouse.
I hate what you are, and I will fight you. So look forward to that. It's going to be available to you guys. And of course, I'll do the same thing with Simpsons Hit and Run. Very excited about that. I'm working on the next I Play Every as we speak. Actually, I'm working on a few for Zenkai Goose. So that's going to be good. In fact, some of the games we might have maybe even thrown in Guess That Game. So maybe I'll give you some hints next week as to what we do. A lot of cool stuff.
Also, it's a hyphen and a colon in Counter-Strike. Source, so we were both wrong.
Wait, is he right on that? Is he right on that? Confirming. Holy guacamole.
Rigged game.
He's right. He's right. I'm putting Canadian Jacob in the Discord winner. He's technically right. Cameron, stop what you are. He's technically right. He's technically right. Counter-Strike source. He's right. I'm putting Canadian Jacob in. He's earned it. Boom. We're about fairness here. Goose is banned. Jacob is streamer now. Jacob, I will be sending you my stream key. You will be streaming from...
I'm the captain now.
Exactly. You are the captain now. I respect you. I respect what you are. I hope you make the stream a beautiful place. I will be giving you my vest. Okay? Make sure to send your details in the Discord. And the vest will be coming to you very shortly. Okay? It's a very, very comfy vest. It is very good for the minus 40 degree weather that you have there. It's beautiful, goose-tastic. Chat. Chatty Chatterson, Chatty McDo, Chatty wanna hoobity wuddy. I want to give a huge shout out to all of you guys. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it's our first stream of... Is it? No, technically Black Myth Wukong was our first stream of the year. That was super fun. No, that was last week, wasn't it? Black Myth? Black Myth Wukong was last week. Okay,
Are you going finish all the I played every game?
Maybe. Maybe we'll do something on stream. It'd be kind of interesting. This was the first official 2025 stream of the year. So much fun. We did a lot of great stuff this stream. It was really a lot of fun to be with you guys. I want to give a special shout out to everyone who joined in the stream, whether it's on,
like a warm hug.
Whether it's on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch. You guys are all awesome. I really appreciate all the support. I'm doing everything I can to make 2025 the best year ever for you guys, make the best content, a lot of great stuff. I want to give a huge shout out to all our new followers. And but before I do that, I want to give a huge shout out. Chat, if you'll welcome me in the chat with some Zenkai claps, Zenkai dances, anything like that. Let's give a huge shout out to Jersey Boy 64 gifting out 20 community subs. What an absolute scholar. An absolute scholar. Let's get some more Zenkai claps for Celine Winter Night, going with the 5-month sub. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go, Celine. Absolutely beautiful. Celine, just incredible. We love that. That's amazing. Thank you for the support. I could not be more grateful. We also have to give a huge Zenkai clap support to Show Pony, an absolute gentleman, giving out another gifted sub for the community. The community's on fire. We cannot be stopped. We're so close to 300. It's absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see what we're capable of in the future. I cannot wait. I'm super hyped. I also want to give a shout out to all our new followers, and yeah, I just want to name you guys. Like I'm super thankful for all the support. So Gwei Singh, Haruz, Lifo, Anthony 33, Assassin 99, I Kenzer, Rebel Ziz.
Don't forget to add the emotes.
I will add the emotes, definitely. Remind me on the Discord. I have goldfish brain. Rebel Ziz, Past Mistake, Lightwing 3, Ceci Hands Ruber, Snet Had Andy, sorry, Marsh, Jersey Boy 64, Little Ralphie 1234, Celine Winternight. Celine, you weren't followed. Celine sub didn't follow. That's amazing. Celine thought he could just sneak this in. Celine, absolute rascal. Zachary 7364, CKL Wukong, Great Green Man with the follow, Morel 21, Mojog Medasi, Khaled.
Don't forget to turn off TTS.
Yes. Wait, when? Now? Khaled, JDK, Pro Player 5566, Jesse on TV, LR Wide Moss, and Frag Z Lul. Also, Frag Z Lul with the first time chat. Are you planning on playing more Black Myth on stream? Actually, might.
Zug, yes.
Actually might. I really enjoyed Black Myth Wukong, like so much more than I thought. Like my reactions were, I couldn't believe that. That was amazing. First time chatter, we got Arkintia 1234. I apologize if I butchered that. Hello Goose, a fan from India. We love all the Goose fans. You guys are all beautiful Goose-tastic. You guys are amazing. I want to shout out Curtis Soldier, AIXE, Canadian Jacob, Celine Winternight, of course, Benjamin Wheelie, and mine. I'm gonna mess it up. Akintia.
New followers. He doesn't finish games.
Listen, chat, I do. Mr. Danny Lemon, Wiley OFC, of course, Fragzy Lul, Weezer, Neil Down 8109. I'm going up the list. Hold on. Spam them. Jersey Boy 64. Shout out Jack JMW. Shout out all of you guys for being in the chat. Absolutely amazing. You guys make the chat incredible every single time. I'm thrilled. I could not be more thrilled. Roll credits, of course. All of you guys. Incredible. Show Pony. All of you guys. And if I missed someone, I know I did. I always do. I have goldfish brain. I got a record with 51 viewers. Oh, we'll have to see. Chat, I'm going to go eat. I haven't eaten all day. I'm exhausted. And I'm going to go right to work on the clips channel and get you guys the best stream clips. And then go immediately back to work on the main channel.
Notice that it's always I played every such and such games, and never I finished every such and such games.
And with that, I bid you adieu. Zenkai 07's chat. Y'all are beautiful Goose-tastic. I will see you all in the future. I hate what you are and what you represent, but I couldn't be any happier to be here. Let's go. See you all on Friday. Simpsons in Run. It's happening. We're going to finish that game. Let's see. Huh? Peace, chat. Y'all stay beautiful. Stay Goose-tastic. And come back stronger, you little rascals. Peace.
Ban all of us. We want a Wednesday stream. Kevin, pathetic performance today. Heard Goose is getting a new mouse. Cameron, throw Kevin out of the window. Kevin,